Hello guys and welcome. I hope that you're doing well. My name is UHD King, or I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K, and during this video I'm going to demonstrate the world's first 16K video resolution gameplay or 16K video resolution benchmark in GTA 5 PC game ever available on YouTube. Today is December 28, 2022, but I'm looking to upload this video just before the Happy New Year holiday, which is December 31st, 2022, before we're going to jump into 2023. But keep in mind that this type of technologies, which is Titan RTX video card and Intel Core i9-9900K that is heavily overclocked throughout this video, was available to us all the way back in 2018. So I'm going to demonstrate you exactly the technology, exactly the year when it was released, heavily overclocked, which will be equal to 2021 kind of performance, and 16K video resolution, 16K UHD, 16K gaming in GTA 5 PC game. So if you're a fan, go ahead and smash that like button automatically. So before we're going to jump into the benchmarks, as you can see, I already pre-benched it, and I have the data right here. Without Nvidia Shadow Play recording. Right now I'm recording within the Nvidia Shadow Play recording to demonstrate for you the performance in real time, but we're going to compare the results without and within Nvidia Shadow Play recording. Before I'm going to jump into the benchmark, let me demonstrate for those naysayers that my display settings is 15,360 pixels by 8,640 pixels. As you can see, I'm using the Microsoft magnifier zoom tool, and this is 800%. Check it out. This is 900%, 1000%. If you're gonna do 1000% in 4K video resolution, everything will be so pixelated. Let me go ahead and do 1600% maximum zoom under the magnifier tool by Microsoft. So 15,360 pixels by 8,640 pixels, 100% scale. This is very crucial because I'm going to run the benchmark in windowed mode, because under full screen sometimes it's flickering. So it's going to be a window full screen mode. And this is how I did 12K video resolution and 8K video resolution. I'm going to do full screen, but we're going to compare 8K, 12K, or 16K. I will have a look how I'm going to do the 8K video resolution. Maybe it's going to be full screen or maybe windowed mode. We're going to decide, because I did the 8K video resolution on 4 Titan X Maxwell GPU architecture, NSLI, 2 GTX 1080 Ti, and all kind of different video cards, 2 RTX 2080 Ti, NSLI. So most likely 8K video will be in full screen, but 12K video resolution, the world's first 12K video resolution with 3 8K screens in vertical mode, and 16K video resolution will be in full screen windowed mode. Do that. 16K video resolution has the flickering shadows, so we can compare. So as you can see, I'm running the Intel Core i9-9900K. I disable 2 physical cores, disable hyperthreading technology, which is 8 logical cores, which is virtual cores. It's running 5300 MHz or 5.3 GHz as external frequency with 53 multiplier, and AVX2 instruction frequency 52 multiplier, which 5.2 GHz or 5200 MHz. Okay, Z390 ASUS motherboard. I'm running the fastest possible preset for DDR4. It is 1600 times 2, 3200 megahertz, but CL11, not CL16, not CL14, CL11. The low value is better. 1T command. I'm having 4 sticks, 8 gigabytes, 32 gigabytes total, dual channel 128-bit. So it's the best possible scenario, because no matter single bank, dual bank, is going to be beautiful 128-bit bandwidth. Okay. 4800 megahertz is our CPU cache frequency, which is 48 multiplier, very crucial as well when we're talking the delay between the DDR4 and CPU. That CPU frequency, cache frequency, is crucial. So it's 48 multiplier. Okay, so this was Corsair 5000 megahertz, 2500 megahertz times 2, 5000 megahertz CL18. The most expensive memory out there and the most fastest DDR4, but unstable on this motherboard because Micron chips, and because not the Samsung chips, it's unstable. So Micron loves the lower latency delay, and CL11 I utilize it at the full, as you can see. Okay, this is the Titan RTX running stock right now. I'm about to overclock it. So pretty much 6 cores, 6 physical cores, 6 physical threads, scored 5.7 times, which is a great score. 637 single thread performance. This is what you're looking if you're doing the PC games in 2022 or older games. Multi-thread performance is great when you're doing every single core is utilized, every single core and thread is utilized at 100%, such as Cinema 4D, 3ds Max Studio, all kind of 3D rendering application. But it's not going to be reflecting in PC games. In PC games, you're looking at the single thread performance, okay? And let me real quick go ahead and jump through the CPUs just to compare. Go ahead and press the pause just to compare the CPUs real quick. But check it out, I'm faster than 10900K CPU by Intel, and I'm running 9900K, which is the older CPU, because I overclock it. Okay, just to scroll it real quick, go ahead and press the pause button so we compare it with your CPUs, if it's going to be your CPU right here. But check it out, the same 9900KF, which is 9900K, the same deal. I'm faster by 100 points in the single thread performance. Great results, best for the PC gaming, and this is exactly how I'm gonna do it today. 16K video resolution. I want to keep the frequency as high as possible, the impulsing will be as fast as possible, so it's going to be forced physically to deliver the fastest instruction per core, per clock, not per core but per clock. Okay, this is the test that was done without Nvidia Shadow Play recording. For those who is curious to compare, check it out. DDR4 faster than 45 nanoseconds. NS stands for the nanoseconds. The low value is better. So try to find the DDR4 faster than 44 nanoseconds. I want to see. But when I'm running this memory 3300 MHz CL11, I'm below 43 nanoseconds, but it's unstable after a couple hours because I'm not using the fan that Corsair provided. Maybe that's why. Okay. Titan RTX is not overclocked, running stock right now. Let me go ahead and open real quick the GPU Z, and I'm going to show you the difference when I'm going to overclock the Titan RTX. What will be the difference real quick? So check it out. This is how Titan RTX running stock. So you want to keep your attention pixel fill rate, texture fill rate, and the bandwidth. Right now Titan RTX is hair slower than RTX 3080 video card, Ampere GPU architecture. Okay, in terms of the bandwidth, especially because Ampere GPU architecture running 669 gigabytes per second. Okay, let me go ahead and overclock it. I'm going to do a video tutorial how to overclock Titan RTX or RTX 2080 Ti video card based on Turing GPU architecture both. Do not miss it. It will be available over the UHDking.com. But check it out. I overclock the Titan RTX on GPU by 100 MHz and on a video RAM plus 1300 MHz on the MSAA afterburner, but it's going to reflect as 2600 MHz on the output. Extra overclock, and immediately pixel fill rate increase, textual fill rate increase because the GPU overclock, and then bandwidth is increased because the video RAM is overclocked. And right now I'm here faster than RTX 3080 video card. Okay, but just because I'm having 24,576 megabytes of our total video RAM that can be utilized, I'm much better than RTX 3080, especially when we're talking 8K video resolution and above. And exactly the scenario that we're having today is 16K video resolution. 24 gigabyte of video RAM total for the Titan RTX video card, GDDR6 by Samsung. Guys, this video is not going to be as fast as possible. This video will be as informative as possible. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Grab yourself your favorite drink. The best drink will be water with a lemon or tea with a lemon. You can drink some coffee. Right now I'm drinking some hot chocolate, Swiss hot chocolate with the premise with the coffee, but do not drink a lot of coffee because it's dangerous for your health, for your blood, what I find out when you're drinking a lot of coffee. So I'm going to execute the game. I'm running the I believe this is the Steam version, or this is actually on the Epic Games version, GTA 5 Premium, but it doesn't matter. GTA 5 or GTA 5 Premium is still going to be the same. This is going to be just a benchmark, but it's going to introduce to us the gameplay. I'm going to record additional gameplay, 12K video resolution and 16K video resolution and 8K video resolution on single Titan RTX video card. And just because GTA 5 PC game supports SLI, I'm going to show you guys the same benchmark and same gameplays on the same resolution, 8K, 12K and 16K with two Titan RTX video cards in SLI, because it's running DirectX 11 API, DirectX 9, DirectX 10, DirectX 11 API supports SLI. In a lot of games DirectX 12 API doesn't support SLI and it's only supporting multiple GPU, but this game supports SLI. So hopefully I'm going to demonstrate for you guys over the UHDking.com two Titan RTX video cards and SLI. So 15360 by 8640, window borderless, just like I told you. Our desktop is set to 16K video resolution, you already know. At the left top corner, the data is self-explanatory, updated every second, and pretty much verified by me, correct. We're going to talk about the data at the left top corner a lot, so you want to keep your eye at that. So we're gonna start, let me show you what kind of presets we're going to start. We're going to start with the lowest possible preset. I'm going to show you 5 different presets. We're going to start with the lowest possible preset. Okay, then I'm going to show you the lowest possible preset with 2 times anti-aliasing. Then we're going to switch to kind of medium high preset without the anti-aliasing. And then I'm going to show you ultra very high preset, which will be without the anti-aliasing and within the anti-aliasing. Okay, so go ahead and smash the pause button. This is the presets if you're trying to compare the results. I'm also going to compare the results with the future video cards, future PC configuration, future mobile devices over the UHDking.com in this game under all kind of different resolution. But if you're looking to compare, you gotta set the same presets. So this is how it's going to be, and under the advanced graphics, I'm going to have everything is off. Alright, let's go ahead and smash the tab button. As you can see, benchmark is pre-built, which is nice. Very neat touch by the game developers, GTA 5 game. And as you can see, that logo right there is not loaded correctly. And this is only under 16K video resolution. I'm not sure why. Under 8K video resolution and 12K resolution, we are Gucci. Okay, so lowest possible preset, as you can see, FPS is kind of similar to 12K video resolution, which was 3 8K screens in vertical mode. Right now 16K video resolution is pretty much 4 8K screens, okay, but not in vertical mode, in regular mode. Okay, and a Titan RTX video card Turing GPU architecture by Nvidia TU102 GPU is not capable to output 16K video resolution on a single cable as output, so it only can do it as 4 8K screens at 30 Hz. Okay, and today I'm running exactly that. And but this is actually running 8K screen native plus DSR 16K video resolution, but DSR by Nvidia, which will be pretty much rendering 16K video resolution natively, and then it's going to downscale to 8K video resolution and output it to the cable to my screen. Keep that in mind. It's looking, guys, gorgeous. Even at the lowest possible preset, 16K video resolution is just unbelievable. It's looking as well as 8K video resolution and maximum visuals without the anti-aliasing. Sometimes, not every time, but sometimes you can see that the level of details is not here, it's right there at the distance. That's why 8K video resolution at maximum visuals will be a little bit better. But when you're going to look, not going to look at the distance 16K video resolution, because the level of details is not pre-rendering all the way with the low preset, it's almost as good as 8K video resolution at maximum visuals without the anti-aliasing. And this is right now the lowest possible preset, 16K video resolution, 15360 by 8640 pixels, which is 132.7 megapixels rendered in real time per every single frame. But just because it's 40 FPS average right now, so it's pretty much 4 gigapixels per second, the total amount of the pixels, or 132.7 megapixels per frame. Okay, beautiful results, guys. Keep in mind that this game supports 2 Titan RTXs and SLI, and I cannot wait to test it. That means that we're going to be almost double in terms of the FPS. But as again, I don't want to provide you a great sneak preview for you. Go ahead and visit the UHD King to find out. Hopefully I'm going to record it at the beginning of the new year. But this is going to be the world's first 16K video resolution, the real native 16K video resolution rendered. As you can see, this is not all kind of different manipulations in the world, provided on YouTube in 2022, December 28, 2022. Will be uploaded before 2023. Okay, but this type of technologies was available in the end of December 2018, but nobody showed it to you guys. I didn't have a time to show it to you, but I was showing you all kind of different games. But it is a time for GTA 5 16K video resolution. Don't forget to smash that like button, support me, share it with your friends. If I'm going to receive a lot of support, I'm also going to show you 16K video resolution gameplay and of course, as again, 2 Titan RTXs and SLI, running 16K video resolution plus the gameplay. I'm looking to have your support. Smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy is invested. Visit my sponsors as well, guys. So I'm going to collect those pennies and I'm going to invest into RTX 4090 video card. Hopefully it's going to be the newer Titan ADA or RTX 4090 Ti. Nvidia is about to release one of those video cards in the middle of 2023, but in 2022 is only RTX 4090 video card is available, also equipped with 24 GB of video RAM, either GPU architecture that is at least 3.6 times faster than Titan RTX video card. Okay, keep that in mind. Anyways, so we saw the preset. It was beautiful FPS, beautiful performance. What I'm gonna do right now, I'm going to go ahead and enable the anti-aliasing. It's going to be 2x MSAA. Okay, I'm gonna smash that space button, and lowest possible preset, which is normal preset, but still lowest possible preset through the game menu, and 2 times MSAA. All right, advanced graphics will be like that. Let's go ahead and get going. So we're gonna call the FPS because the anti-aliasing method MSAA in GTA 5 PC game is not a joke for Turing GPU architecture. Please keep that in mind. It's eating a lot of video RAM and it's eating a lot of FPS, but by half, as you can see, exactly by half. So we cut it by half, a little bit more than by half. The video RAM utilization right now with 2 times MSAA anti-aliasing 16K video resolution lowest possible preset is almost 23,000 megabytes, which is 23 gigabytes, a little bit below 23 gigabytes. We still have like 1 gigabyte to go. The system RAM utilization, keep your eye at that, 12,000 megabytes. So pretty much, guys, to run the GTA 5 PC game at 16K video resolution, you're required to have 12 gigabytes of the video RAM, a little bit above 12 gigabytes of the video RAM. So when you're gonna see our video RAM will go above 13,000 megabytes, that's a clear sign that we are offloading some data from a video RAM into the system RAM, because Nvidia drivers think that we're going to overload our VRAM. So before it's going to crash the game into the blue screen, it's going to offload some data from a GPU computing into the system RAM instead of video RAM. It's already predicting, and what I saw under the Titan RTX video card is start predicting of and offloading some data after 21,000 or 22,000 megabytes of video RAM utilization. It's already offloading some data, and as you can see right now we jumped to 23,000, almost 24,000 megabytes. This is still lowest possible preset, 16K video resolution, 2 times MSAA. FPS is still great, 14-15 FPS. That means that 2 Titan RTXs in SLI could show almost playable experience over here, which will be like around 30 FPS. And for the old school gamers, it's going to be a playable experience, but we're going to find out. Right now, Titan RTX is running overclock, maximum possible overclock through the software in a home safe environment. If you're going to overclock anything, guys, you're doing it on your own risk and expenses. This is very important, a disclaimer. But when I'm going to use 2 Titan RTXs and SLI, I'm not going to overclock them because the first video card closest to the CPU will be overheating. So it's going to thermal throttle the whole SLI array. So they're going to run at stock 2 Titan RTXs and SLI. So the FPS probably will be not by 2x, but by 1.8x. Keep that in mind, because I'm going to run the 2 Titan RTXs at stock. Because I'm running right now dual fan design, stock design, air cooler design by Nvidia on those on this Titan RTX, on this single Titan RTX. The secondary Titan RTX is removed to avoid any hot air pocket. Please keep that in mind. Okay, the CPU utilization, as you can see, is healthy and it's beautiful. The way below 50%. So we're not even utilizing 50% of our 6 cores, 6 threads, and this is physical cores without any logical cores, as again hyper-threading technology is disabled. 2 physical cores is also disabled in the BIOS just to keep this stable, and highest possible frequency to the overclock, which will be 5.3 gigahertz, 5300 megahertz, to increase that impulsing and increase that instruction per clock. Keep that in mind. But newer CPU architectures will bring the higher instruction per clock with the same frequency, because it's going to be revised architecture. So to be able to match, let's say, 12,900K at 5.3 gigahertz, I need to run my i9-9900K at least 5.5 gigahertz, and 13900K CPU i9 by Intel will be at least 10% faster in terms of the FPS over here, because it's demonstrating at least 10%, 10-15%, 15% of the performance boost when compared to the i9-9900K. Please keep that in mind. So we're talking about 10% of the FPS improvement at the left top corner. Keep that in mind when you're going to run the 13900K. Hopefully I'm going to test it before I'm going to grab myself RTX 4090. I'm going to test it with 13900K on a single Titan RTX video card and then two Titan RTX video cards, because I already purchased the CPU. Right now I'm looking to purchase the great deal motherboard, Z690 chipset, and then I'm going to test RTX 4090, RTX 3090, RTX 3090 Ti video card, and hopefully RTX 4090 Ti or the newer Titan Ada, and hopefully Nvidia will equip the new Titan Ada with 48 gigabyte of GDDR6X, which will be amazing, guys. And that means that it's almost going to be capable to run any game in 2022 in 16K video resolution without video RAM overload. So it's going to deliver the healthy GPU computing performance results. Okay, so alright, so we saw that it was the minimum preset, as you can see, with 2 times anti-aliasing. Okay, MSAA. Let's go ahead and turn it down. Turn down the anti-aliasing, and I'm going to start improving my presets. So we're going to turn down the anti-aliasing, and now I'm going to do the high preset everywhere, but I didn't touch the population density yet, population variety yet, and distance scaling. I'm going to touch it when we're going to use the maximum possible preset without the anti-aliasing. So this is kind of medium preset, but still not medium, I would say. So this is how you're going to do it. It's kind of almost the maximum visuals, almost. Soft shadows will be sharp, post effects will be high, motion blur not gonna touch it, anisotropic filtering I'm gonna put 16x, ambient occlusion none. Ambient occlusion texting a lot on the Turing GPU architecture. Still, in a lot of games that was released after 2016 or after 2014, I would say, or in 2014 and newer games, it's texting a lot on Turing GPU architecture, and that powering our Titan RTX video card. Tessellation will be none. Tessellation when it's splitting the triangle into multiple triangle or polygons into multiple polygons, and it's increasing the density of the 3D mesh, kind of defining the 3D mesh much better without any textures. And when you're going to apply the textures on it, it's looking on another level. But we're not going to use it right now. I'm going to go ahead and smash that space button, say yes. It's going to apply the settings. It's automatically, as you can see, GTA 5 PC game automatically is rebooting the game, reinitializing the 3D scene, 3D surface, 3D world on the DirectX 11 API. It's called 3D surface. And okay, we got it. And I'm going to real quick double check the advanced graphics, and we're gonna keep moving. Look at that at the right top corner, my login information, my just little information. Yes, indeed, we're running 16K video resolution, and every single pixel is rendered 16K video resolution exactly. You saw it by that login information at the right top corner. This is the maximum possible font size for the MSAA Afterburner in 2022. Keep that in mind. And I cannot go bigger than that, but this is under 132.7 megapixels. It's understandable. Okay, settings and advanced graphics. So everything will be turned off over here under the graphics. Here's how we're gonna do it. As again, almost high preset, kind of high medium preset without the anti-aliasing. Okay, let's go ahead and smash that tap button. It's gonna ask us, do we want to start it? We're gonna say yes. So let's go ahead and have a look, guys, shall we? Nvidia is about to, guys, to release a newer technology that will be like a DSR, but it's going to be used heavily for the textures, and they're gonna use it a lot, and for the textures. Right now it's in the beta, but that type of technology will bring Nvidia graphics to another level. Not only you can use the DSR. By the way, today is my Nvidia driver is modified or hacked, and Nvidia Shadow Play is modified as well, and it's recording in 8K resolution native. It's supported by the Turing GPU architecture to record 8K resolution native through the Nvidia Shadow Play, but Nvidia didn't unlock this ability for us. I'm not sure why, but Turing GPU architecture is supported. Go ahead and check out their manuals. Even through the Nvidia Shadow Play, recording in 8K video resolution, real-time encoding. Okay, Nvidia didn't unlock it for us, but I unlock it through the driver modification and through the game experience, GeForce experience modification in Nvidia Shadow Play through the RAM debugger tool in real time. So it's recording 8K video resolution in real time. It's a little bit less than that. It's creating an extra black spaces. Maybe there is a problem with Nvidia old school codec before they introduced the AV1 codec under the Nvidia Shadow Play with the RTX 4000 series video cards. Maybe it's having some issue, that's why Nvidia didn't introduce to us, but it's going to be almost 8K video resolution with a little bit of the black bars on top and on the sides. But still, it's going to be much better visuals than 4K video resolution than Nvidia Shadow Play recording in real time. And in terms of the performance, it's almost the same. So Nvidia is again testing a new technology in beta right now, and technology will be called artificial intelligent texture super resolution. So it's not only going to be DSR, dynamic super resolution, but it's going to be applied to the textures, and I believe it's not going to be throughout the real time because it's almost impossible to do that in real time. So what's going to happen, Nvidia going to use the artificial intelligence and CUDA cores, and it's going to pretty much convert all the textures in the games that's going to be supported, but hopefully to any games. It depends on the format of those textures, I believe, and if Nvidia going to have license on that. It's going to pretty much not the upscale, but it's going to re-render them in real resolution up to 4 times from the native resolution of those textures, and it's going to re-render that through the AI, just like I'm doing my cinematic Quake 3 PC game mode. I'm using the 7 AIs, which is 5 open source and 2 commercial AIs, while I'm re-rendering the whole textures in 16K video resolution. Okay, even if those textures on Quake 3 PC game original was like 512 pixels by 512, and the largest was 1024 pixels by 1024 pixels, but I'm using the artificial intelligence and it's re-rendering. I'm going to edit actually a lot of textures in 8K video resolution under Quake 3 cinematic mode that I'm developing right now, available over the ModDB, my official web page. UHD King, but Nvidia going to introduce it through the technology, and it's going to be AI texture super resolution or artificial intelligence texture super resolution, and it's going to improve the texture up to 4 times. And even if you're going to run 4K video resolution, but texture will be improved. Even if the game support 4K resolution, you can make the texture up to 16K video resolution, and everything will be popping even under 4K resolution. So it's not necessary for you to bring everything to 16K video resolution. Keep that in mind. Right now I'm rendering everything to 16K video resolution, while I'm rendering every single detail of those textures in 16K video resolution, and rendering even if it's designed at 1024 pixels by 1024 pixels throughout the 16K video resolution, I make sure that I'm rendering all those pixels. So even if you're going to use that AI texture super resolution feature that Nvidia will introduce in 2023, you still need to run 16K video resolution to be able to load all those details out of those pixels. In the end of this video, I'm going to go within the details in depth, and I'm going to explain to you why and what exactly I meant. So stick around. When we're going to run the maximum visual preset with 2 times anti-aliasing, I'm going to go through it, and I'm going to go within the details and explain to you why 16K video resolution is required to run the games, even if the texture 1024 by 1024 or 2048 pixels by 2048 pixels is still required for you to be able to utilize in 3D scene, 3D world, all those pixels on those textures require the 16K video resolution, which is the maximum video resolution that you can render under direct any open source or commercial API such as Vulkan API, DirectX API, OpenCL, OpenGL, CUDA APIs. 16K video resolution is the maximum. In the end of this video, I'm also going to demonstrate to you why. Anyways, let's go ahead and switch. So graphics, we check it out. It's going to be, as again, without any anti-aliasing, but it's going to be kind of high medium preset. All right, and under advanced graphics I didn't touch it yet, so let's go ahead and execute with the tap, and let's see, let's bench it. And then I'm going to do the maximum visuals without any anti-aliasing and maximum visuals within the anti-aliasing. And throughout last part of the benchmark, we're gonna go through the details when I'm going to introduce you what is the 3D world, 3D scene, and why 16K video resolution is required for the maximum visual experience. Even if the texture is a low quality, it's still required to be able to render every single pixel of that texture. When you're running 4K video resolution, guys, even if the texture 10,024 pixels by 1024 pixels by 1024 pixels, let's say it's old school game, under the 4K video resolution, you're not even rendering 70% of the pixels of the details of the texture. I'm going to, guys, demonstrate it for you in about 2 minutes, so stick around. Look how beautiful everything looks like, and it's almost the maximum visuals, and it's just on another level, guys. It's just unbelievable. Check it out. We're above 20 FPS average. That means that two Titan RTXs and SLI are going to show around like 37 FPS over here. This is my prediction, but we're going to find out, as again, under the SLI at least 1.8 times when both GPUs will be utilized at 99%. And as you can see right now at the left up corner, my GPU utilization is 100%. That means the healthy, excellent GPU utilization. This is exactly how we want to keep it. So I'm utilizing right now all the available CUDA cores on this CUDA shader cores available on this GPU, which will be 4,608 CUDA cores, which is 256 CUDA cores more than Turing GPU architecture in RTX 2080 Ti video card. And you're going to take advantage with two Titan RTXs and SLI versus two RTX 2080 Ti video cards and SLI when you're running two of them, because the advantage will be solid 512 CUDA cores Turing GPU architecture technology, which will be a solid improvements in terms of the performance, in terms of the computing performance, and in terms of the FPS. Why I'm saying Turing GPU architecture CUDA cores? Because it's only using the 64 kilobytes for level 1 cache that is accessed by the streaming multiprocessor units for a limited amount of the CUDA cores of that level 1 cache on that GPU, while the level 2 cache on that GPU is allocated outside of the streaming multiprocessor units, and it's accessed by all the available CUDA cores, which is total 4,608 CUDA cores. Keep in mind that ADA GPU architecture having 72 megabytes of level 2 cache versus the Turing GPU architecture only 6 megabytes of level 2 cache. It just, guys, unbelievable. So a lot of it is going to be much smoother on ADA GPU architecture, even with the same amount of the video RAM, which will be on the RTX 4090 video card, as again 24 gigabyte of video RAM, same amount of video RAM that I'm running today in Turing GPU architecture Titan RTX video card. But just because we're going to have a huge amount of level 2 cache on the GPU and a huge amount of level 1 cache, 128 kilobit per streaming multiprocessor unit versus 64 kilobit on Turing GPU architecture, it's just going to be, guys, much better. But keep in mind that Turing GPU architecture has no problem when rendering this game in 16K video resolution, GTA 5 in 16K video resolution with Titan RTX video card, and everything is so smooth. I don't feel any external or extra stutter over here. It's just the way it should be for this type of FPS, and it's just as smooth and silky, which is great, by the way, for the Turing GPU architecture. And keep in mind that Maxwell GPU architecture had the level 2 cache on the GPU only 2 megabytes, including the Pascal GPU architecture, which was the previous GPU architecture before the Turing. It was the Volta after the Pascal, but Volta was not that popular. It was only the Titan V video card, which is Titan Volta, available, but it was very expensive, above $3,000. I had two of them, but didn't support the SLI, even under DirectX 9, DirectX 10, and DirectX 11 APIs when the SLI is supported. So that was kind of weird of video card. designed like a Quadro, and but Turing is pretty much the gaming video card. Turing GPU architecture such as Titan RTX, RTX 2080 Ti, and all the little video cards on Turing. Anyways, great results, excellent results. Let's go ahead and switch the presets now to the maximum possible visuals. So, but still without the anti-aliasing. So I'm going to pop up the population density all the way. I'm going to pop up the population variety. So now we're going to have much better level of details per render radius, and much details will be available to us, much more richer. Okay, so everything maximum possible, as you can see, presets. Okay, when ultra is possible, I'm going to use ultra. When very high is possible, I'm going to use very high. Okay, soft shadows, I'm going to use the softest. I'm not going to use the AMD or Nvidia technology, just because we're going to test it with the future video cards and future PC systems and even mobile devices such as running Apple M chips or Android chips, and it's great to test it without those type of algorithms such as dedicated to AMD or Nvidia video cards. Hopefully this makes sense. Okay, motion blur strength, I'm not gonna touch it. In-game depth of field, yes. Ambient occlusion, yes, to the maximum. And tessellation, yes, to the maximum, which will be very high. That's it. I'm gonna apply that with the space bar. Smash that enter. Is going to restart the 3D surface by restarting the game itself automatically. And then I'm going to real quick change the advanced graphics. And we're gonna keep moving. So this is going to be the maximum visuals, guys, under 16K video resolution. This is just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. I'm not sure why the logo, that GTA 5 logo at the bottom left corner, is not rendering correctly under 16K video resolution. But as again, we're pushing right now the boundaries, guys. We're running the maximum renderable resolution under open source or commercial APIs. Okay, as you can see, that logo at the left bottom corner, not fully displayable. Not sure why. Anyways, advanced graphics, everything will be maxed out over here. I'm not going to touch the frame scaling mode, because frame scaling mode, this is where you're going to use the in-game algorithms while bringing it to, let's say, from 8K resolution to 12K resolution or 10K resolution. But as again, Nvidia does it the best, because Nvidia knows exactly what the resolution is, and when I'm using the DSR, it's much better than using the frame scaling mode. This is what I believe. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and smash the, because Nvidia creating the video cards, and it knows exactly what is the video resolution of its video cards. Okay, let's go ahead and run the benchmark. So maximum visuals, we're gonna take a eye at the left top corner right now at our video RAM utilization, system RAM utilization. So CPU utilization, overall CPU utilization, you want to keep all the time below 90%. When sometimes it's reaching to 90%, that's a clear sign that you need to add additional 2 threads, and you better add them physically, or I would say 2 physical cores will be the best. Okay, but just because our CPU utilization, overall CPU utilization will never reach 50%, we're Gucci over here, and 6 cores, 6 physical threads is more than enough, keep that in mind. But higher frequency will be much better benefit while running 8 physical cores instead of 6 physical cores, alright? But GPU utilization we want to keep all the time 97% and above. That means that we are running healthy GPU utilization and utilizing all the GPU as again CUDA cores, which is 4608 CUDA cores for our Titan RTX video card in our case. But 99-100% GPU overall utilization is beautiful performance, guys. Exactly how we want to keep it. Okay. When you're going to run GTA 5 PC game with Titan RTX video card 1080p or even 1440p, you're not going to utilize even 97% of your GPU. That means that you're going to idle a lot of CUDA cores, and you're not going to utilize all the full potential of your TU102 GPU in our case on this Titan RTX video card. Okay, I will try to show you guys 4K video resolution as well, 8K video resolution, 10K video resolution, 12K video resolution, 16K video resolution. I will try to do 5K and 7K as well. on a single Titan RTX and two Titan RTXs will be available over the UHD King. This is going to be for the big GTA 5 fans, so you don't want to miss those videos. Support me, smash that like button every time you're gonna see it. Okay, so video RAM utilization is almost, we're reaching the cap. As you can see, 24,470 megabytes. 24,560 megabytes is our total VRAM utilization that is possible on Titan RTX video card, which is 24 gigabyte of GDDR6 by Samsung. The system RAM utilization is jump as well. So we saw the system RAM utilization should be below 13,000 megabytes. Right now, system RAM utilization is almost 20,000 megabytes. So I can say that we are offloading around 7,000 megabytes or 7 gigabytes from our video RAM into the system RAM, because if it's going to load it into the video RAM, the game going to show the blue screen, Windows will crash, or the game going to crash with the 3D surface lost. When you see that under DirectX API's messages, 3D surface lost, that means that you overloaded your video RAM most likely. Okay, or there is a crucial error under DirectX API throughout the game engine. So right now it's 20,000 megabytes of the system RAM utilization, so we are offloading at least 7 gigabytes of the video RAM into the system RAM, and you saw the system RAM is only maximum 50 gigabytes per second data transfer bandwidth, while the GDDR6 video RAM on our Titan RTX video card is running right now is almost 800 gigabytes per second data bandwidth. So pretty much GDDR6 is at least theoretically 12 times faster than our DDR4 today. And by the way, I'm running the fastest possible DDR4 presets, which is dual channel 50 gigabytes per second. This is the maximum possible capabilities in dual channel for DDR4, as again below 45 nanoseconds. Latency delay, which is the fastest possible latency delay in communication between the CPU and system RAM. Alright, so yeah, this is without any anti-aliasing yet, guys. Look at this, almost 22,000 megabytes of the system RAM utilization. So I can tell that we are floating almost 10 gigabytes of the video RAM into the system RAM. And just because we're doing that, we're increasing the latency delay, because the system RAM is much slower in terms of the latency delay than the video RAM, and it can push the lower bandwidth gigabytes per second than the video RAM, as I already explained to you a couple seconds ago. That means it's going to create additional latency delay, and we can see it at the left top corner in terms of the MS, stands for the milliseconds. The lower value is better, the higher value is slower. So we were above 100 milliseconds right now, but the average FPS, as you can see, 9 FPS average, which is great, by the way. This is maximum preset without any anti-aliasing. So two Titan RTXs video cards in the slide will almost show the kind of playable experience, but as again, of course, not the comfortable at all, but at least playable, but at least it's benchable. The purpose of this benchmark is to bench it. Alright, we can see something is going on right there. I think it just offloaded, it's offloaded like 5 gigabytes from video RAM to the system RAM. That's why it was that delay. So you can see that offloading data creating the delays. I'm just demonstrating for you guys in real time as a fact. Wow, a lot of particles going on, so heavy scene, but still 9 FPS, but 26,000 megabytes of our system RAM. The total system RAM could be 32,000 megabytes. So we offloaded at least, I would say, at least around 12 gigabytes from a video RAM into the system RAM. So the game is required at least 36 gigabytes to run 16K video resolution at ultra maximum preset without the anti-aliasing. 35 gigabytes. We're going to find out, guys, when we're going to test this under 16K video resolution over UHDking.com website, while I'm going to use the Nvidia video card with 48 gigabytes of video RAM. Now hopefully it's going to be, as again, the ADA GPU architecture. If it's not going to be the ADA to the gamers, then it's going to be the RTX 5000 series, and it's going to be equipped with 48 gigabytes of video card. Video RAM, which will be probably RTX 5090 video card. Keep that in mind. Or hopefully, as again, the new Titan ADA will have that. So hopefully Nvidia is watching that and will do that for us. Most likely they're watching my videos and they just introduced the new super resolution for the textures. They pretty much, as you can see, expanding the visual experience to the gamer, and we cannot say the same about the AMD video cards. Unfortunately, AMD is like, guys, AMD video cards 2 years behind the Nvidia right now in 2022, based on my tests and based on my experience as hardware enthusiast, PC overclocker, gamer, system engineer, and software developer. This is, and throughout my tests under all kind of different resolution. You want to buy Nvidia, guys. You don't want to buy AMD. It's not going to retire pretty well. It's going to be retired as a milk, not as a wine. So it's not going to hold the value. So alright, so 16K video resolution. Right now I'm recording with Nvidia Shadowplay. So before we're going to enable the anti-aliasing, let me quit the game. So this was without the anti-aliasing, this was the presets. Let me quit the game and we're going to compare the results. Hopefully it's not going to freeze on us, but just because I'm recording with Nvidia Shadowplay in real time, it's utilizing some of the resources of my Titan RTX. It could freeze on us. So to avoid that, let me close the game real quick. We will come back to the game in a few seconds. Let me demonstrate for you the results of the benchmarks. Okay, so as I told you, I have it pre-benched without Nvidia Shadowplay recording. Let me zoom out a little bit, too much zoom. Check it out. I put for you the 6 cores utilization. You can see how well the CPU was utilized. So healthy CPU utilization. Okay. By the way, on the background, it's playing the music audio track, Glacier by Patricius, and it's provided by the YouTube LLC. There is no royalties can be claimed. All rights reserved. All right. So it's playing in real time. I'm not going to edit this video. It's going to be a single take, guys, without any editing, as again coming in real time. The best possible experience sharing. So as you can see, this is the results right here. This results was taken without Nvidia, within Nvidia Shadowplay recording, but without Nvidia Shadowplay recording will be named. So let's go ahead and have a look. So low preset, no AI. This is, let me zoom out a little bit more. So I just opened. This is going to be within the Nvidia Shadowplay recording, and this one will be, no, this is without. The name without Nvidia Shadowplay recording. So this is going to be within right here, the first benchmark. So I'm going to put without on the left, within on the right. Okay, so it's going to be easy to compare for us. So without Nvidia Shadowplay recording on the left, within on the right. So as you can see, let me zoom out a little bit more. Zoom out a little bit more. So guys, as you can see, alright, so the difference, wow, look at this. Without Nvidia Shadowplay recording actually showing less FPS than within Nvidia Shadowplay recording. I'm just curious why. But as again, it could be 1-2 FPS difference, but it should be less than that. But under low preset, actually we are much better within the Nvidia Shadowplay recording. This is kind of pretty much the difference in terms of the FPS will be like 3-4%. But sometimes when you run a GTA 5 PC game benchmark, sometimes plus minus 2 FPS, keep that in mind. So this is the results. On the right is again within Nvidia Shadowplay recording, on the left without it. Okay, all kind of different benchmarks as you can see. Let me close that. Let's go ahead and open. Great results, by the way, for a single Titan RTX video card Turing GPU architecture, TU102 GPU by Nvidia, that was released in 2018, and GTA 5 PC game was released like in 2015 for PC gamers. So let's go ahead and have a look at the medium preset without AI, okay, and without Nvidia Shadowplay recording. And now I'm going to open the presets within Nvidia Shadowplay recording. Is going to be on the right. Look at this. Within Nvidia Shadowplay recording demonstrate a little bit higher FPS. This is unusual, by the way. I'm not sure why, but it is what it is. So without Nvidia Shadowplay recording on the left, within on the right, This is the scores. Beautiful 20 FPS average. This is a great score. This is the medium preset. That means that two Titan RTXs will showing here at least 37 FPS. So it's going to be a playable experience, even the comfortable playable experience for the old school gamers from 2000s on the PCs from 1990s. Alright, so let me go ahead and demonstrate for you the Ultra without the anti-aliasing, and Ultra without the anti-aliasing within the Nvidia shell pair recording. Let me split it for you guys. Here we go. So on the right within Nvidia shell pair recording, on the left without, and look like something is wrong here. Yeah, something is wrong here. Okay, I open again the medium preset. Let me close the medium preset and let me open let me see. That's strange. I think I opened the right one. Hold on one second guys. Oh my goodness, look like I didn't apply the settings. Is that's the case? Yeah, look like we didn't test it on Ultra, guy. Oh no, we did. I forgot. We didn't test it with 2x anti-aliasing. So this is going to be the Ultra right here. Sorry about that. Within the Nvidia shell pair recording. So here we go. And now you can see the difference. Now you can see that we're lower within Nvidia shell pair recording at the right corner versus without Nvidia shell pair recording on the left corner, and the difference will be like almost 1 FPS while I'm using Nvidia shell pair. So within Nvidia shell pair recording will be almost 1 FPS lower in terms of the FPS. So overclock is required to compensate that. So 11 FPS, not bad, not bad. 11, 10 FPS average, this is a great result. So before I'm going to set Ultra preset with 2 times MSAA, let me show you Ultra preset. Let me show you actually the low preset 2 times AA anti-aliasing. This is going to be without Nvidia shell pair recording, and this is going to be within Nvidia shell pair recording. Yes, for those who's curious, I know a lot of folks was asking me to test the lowest preset, so I decided to go ahead and do it for you guys. But this time it's going to be with anti-aliasing 2x MSAA. So on the left, without Nvidia shell pair recording, on the right within Nvidia shell pair recording, 2x anti-aliasing MSAA. So as you can see, without Nvidia shell pair recording, like 17 FPS average, great result. That means 2 Titan RTXs will deliver like 30 FPS average at least if they're going to be utilized at 100% or 99%, and I didn't see the reason why it's not going to do that, but we're going to find out. Yeah, so this is the scores. Okay, let me now go ahead and open the last preset. We didn't bench it yet. It's going to be within Nvidia shell pair recording, but it's going to be Ultra preset 2 times MSAA. So this is the score, guys. Without Nvidia shell pair recording, Ultra preset 2 times MSAA, 3, 2, 1 FPS. So pretty much 2 FPS average, I would say, and it's still rendering in real time. Okay, but of course not playable, but still benchable, which is great. So in the future, we're going to compare it a lot with the future technologies in 2025, 2027, and we're going to see how well the Nvidia and AMD and all kind of different computing technologies progress throughout 5 years. That's the reason of this benchmark as well. While we're comparing the best technologies for you as the consumer to buy the best video cards, the best computers, the best CPUs. Anyways, let's go ahead and do now the Ultra preset with 2 times MSAA. Before we're gonna do that, before it's going to, hopefully it's not gonna freeze on us, just because this is the world's first 16K video resolution, guys, in GTA 5 PC game benchmark provided by UHD King and provided by anyone on YouTube, I decided to go ahead and give you some giveaways. So this is going to be, I don't have the GTA 5 PC game to give away, but this is going to be the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. Is going to be for the Xbox, all kind of different editions, and for the PC, all kind of games, including the GTA 5. You can play it. This is going to be to the first activator that's going to activate this code, and it's going to be prepaid code for 2 months. Completely 2 months, you can enjoy any type of games, at the Microsoft website, which will be www.xbox.com. But please keep in mind, this is only to be activated for the USA users with the USA IPs, with the USA addresses. So you want to make sure that you're going to set your IP to USA and USA address. If you are in some other countries, make sure that you use the proxy, okay, from the USA, and activate this. Follow these instructions. I put it for you. Just visit that website, create a new account. This is only for the new accounts. If you use those type of passes before, it's not going to work. Only for the new accounts. And use this code, guys, and enjoy it for 2 months. It's legally prepaid. I purchased it for you. This is my gift. You're gonna watch this video on a New Year's Eve, so this is additional and extra bonus New Year's Eve gift by UHD King. Happy New Year, guys. I wish you the best 2023. If you're not the winner this time, you gotta subscribe, tune in, and be the first watcher of the UHD King videos, and you're gonna win. I have a lot of giveaways, guys, and yeah, this is the real deal. Please let me know who you are in the comments below. Just say I activated. Thank you so much. So we're gonna know that the key was activated. All right, so let me go ahead and close that, and we're gonna go ahead and proceed now to the game. So ultra preset, 2x MSAA, and guys, as you saw, without Nvidia shadow play recording, it wasn't in real time. So just because it's not going to be in real time, and you already saw the FPS is going to be like 3, 2, and 1 FPS average, so pretty much 2 FPS average, okay, for a single Titan RTX video card Turing GPU architecture from 2018. This is a great result, guys, with 2x MSAA ultra preset. But I believe the FPS is low just because we are overloading our VRAM. We're going to find out, guys, in the future how much of the video RAM is actually used. But we can predict by the data at the left top corner. We're going to speculate a lot throughout this video right now. And I'm going to show you the difference why, even if the texture 1024 pixels by 1024 pixels, why when you're running the game in 4K video resolution, you're not even rendering 70% of the details of the pixels of the texture. I'm going to demonstrate you guys to you within the fact. Hopefully the game is not going to shut down. If it's going to shut down, if recording will be shut down, that means that Nvidia shell play shut down due to that video RAM overload, and it does it sometimes in some games. That means it's game over, and you know exactly what happened. But I showed you low preset with 2x MSAA, so you can kind of predict. So this is going to be very high preset, as you can see, completely maximum visual preset in GTA 5 PC game. And let me go ahead and enable the anti-aliasing real quick. So MSAA anti-aliasing 2x, okay. I'm gonna smash that space button. It's going to accept that. Hopefully the game is not going to crash. Okay, it's accept that. Nice. Took some time though, like 3 seconds. Advanced graphics. I'm going to make sure everything is rock and roll over here, but over here I'm gonna bring this up. Every time it reboots the game, it's bringing it down, so you wanna bring it up. But as you can see, it's ready. So let's go ahead and bench it now, guys. I'm gonna use right now a lot Microsoft Zoom tool. So what we're gonna do, let me zoom in for you real quick. It's right here. I'm gonna put it in the middle of the screen, and we're gonna utilize it. 1 second, let me zoom in. Look at this, the response is kind of slow. Microsoft magnifier zoom tool, and it's not zooming in, guys. Its response is just slow. Oh my goodness. So what I'm gonna do, I'm probably going to use, let me see, where is my mouse cursor. It doesn't want to use the short key to zoom in. Can you believe it? It's stressing the system so much. This is just unbelievable. Yep, it doesn't do that, guys. Jesus, it doesn't. Come on, are you serious? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use the manual. I'm gonna manually zoom in over here without the short keys, because look like we're creating so much stress to the system that 1000% that is doing that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna place it in the middle, okay, and we're gonna play it in the middle. I'm gonna zoom in, zoom out, And I'm going to show you the advantage of the 16K video resolution versus 4K video resolution or even 8K video resolution. And there is a solid advantage. I'm going to show it to you guys as professional 3D artist, graphics designer, software developer, as I understand. Maybe some people doesn't understand. So this is where we're going to understand, all of us is going to understand the difference, and it's going to be a great, let me put it exactly in the middle like that. It's going to be a great time for us. Okay, so I'm gonna get back into the game and I'm gonna execute the benchmark. I'm gonna say yes. I press tab and then press enter, and I'm gonna get back to the zoom tool, and we're gonna utilize the zoom tool a lot. Okay, so it's loading. So we don't care right now about the FPS because we already know it's going to be 3 FPS first benchmark, 2 FPS second benchmark without Nvidia Shadow Play recording, and the last one will be 1 FPS. But the point is just to see the 3D scene, 3D world, 3D canvas, and 3D surface for the DirectX APIs. It's called, any software developer knows, game developer. And we're going to see the advantage. I'm going to demonstrate for you the advantage of 16K video resolution. And yes, indeed, it's rendering 16K video resolution, which is 132.7 megapixels, the maximum real-time rendering resolution is again in open source and commercial APIs. Check it out. You want to keep your eye right now, before I'm going to zoom in, you want to keep your eye at the video RAM utilization, which is below 24,000 megabytes yet, but as you can see, the texture baking is kind of flickering, so those maps, those textures, when it's through the algorithms completing into the final texture, is kind of going to blink a lot sometimes into different like red or green color in this particular game, GTA 5 PC game, because I think that because it's offloading a lot of data into the system, it's not fast enough to complete the final texture. And we can see when it's building the final texture out of the different maps, out of the different textures. Anyways, check it out. Almost 24,000 megabytes of our video RAM, but our system RAM is almost 26,000 megabytes. That means that healthy system RAM utilization below 13,000 megabytes. So we are offloading around, I would say, 12, 13 gigabytes or 12,000, 13,000 megabytes from video RAM into the system RAM. Let me zoom in for you guys. On the first benchmark, the first benchmark is kind of light. The second will be heavier, and the third one will be the heaviest. But check it out, those details. The textures is right here. The details are right here. Everything over here will be blurred out, guys. And we still have 1000%. If you're gonna 1000% 4K resolution, you're not gonna see those details. But I can see the details right here on the wood. Check it out. And it's rendering. Okay, it's rendering. Even if it's still rendering in real time, but at very low FPS. But check it out, 1600% zoom. This is 4K video resolution, guys. 4K video resolution. So 16 screens of 4K resolution is equal 16K video resolution, 16K UHD. Exactly 16 4K screens. And look how sharp it is. So this looks like 4K screen. It's a little bit blurred, but as again, this is zoom in into those pixels. If it wouldn't be zoom in, it will be sharp as heck. But this is zoom in 1600%, not by 2x, by 16x in Photoshop zoom in, or 1600%. And look, it's still here, the pixels are still sharp, not so blurry, or every single detail. We can see the cracks right here. Those cracks will be blurred out, guys. You're not gonna see those sharp cracks on the 4K resolution when you're gonna do 16x or 16 times or 1600% zoom in. And it's here, those details will be blurred out. You're gonna see like something there, but you're not gonna see those details. You're not gonna see the cracks. It's going to look like something there, but it's not gonna be detailed, those defined. Okay, so this is pretty much the difference, and this 2x, and we can still see that the 3D mesh, the edges needs to be a little bit anti-aliasing with 2x. With 4x is going to be fixed, guys. But this is under 16K video resolution, under 16 times zoom. Keep that in mind. Otherwise, even if you're going to watch this with 4 8K screens, 60 Hz, which you can do it, Samsung purchased $2,000 of each at the Best Buy, let's say, and you're gonna build up out of the 4 screens, 8K 60 Hz, your 16K 60 hertz screen, but it's not going to be supported by the Titan RTX video card TU102 GPU or Turing GPU architecture, but it will be supported by the either GPU architecture or Ampere GPU architecture, 16K at 60 hertz with the 4 8K screens at 60 hertz, and it's going to be amazing. Check it out, those level of details, guys. At that distance, we still have the oh my goodness, look how sharp this leaves right here. 1600%, guys. This is secondary benchmark. This is heavier benchmark. Look at this, the details right here. Guys, you're not gonna see that defined details on the 4K resolution 1600% zoom. It's going to be blurred out. It's going to look ugly. You're gonna see like pixels. You're gonna see actual pixels. But over here, we don't see the pixels. Everything is Gucci. That means, yes, indeed, we're rendering 132.7 megapixels in real time. This is the fact for you. Okay, real quick. And let's go ahead and I'm going to quit that. And we're gonna keep our eye a little bit at the utilization of the video RAM, of the GPU, of the system RAM, of the CPU. So the higher resolution, the less CPU utilization happening, guys. So that move that you need to have more cores for PC gaming is just marketing by the AMD, because AMD is the one who's pushing a lot of cores on the CPU for the PC games. When we're talking PC games, you're talking a great video card with a lot of CUDA cores in it when it comes to Nvidia video cards, or with a lot of shader cores, unified shader cores when it comes to AMD Radeon video cards. But if you're playing 8K video resolution and above, 8-core CPU, 8 threads will be more than enough, guys. More than enough. You don't need to have more. Okay, if you're playing 8K video resolution and above, keep that in mind. Okay, 8-core CPU will be more than enough at 8K video resolution. In a lot of games, 4K video resolution, even sometimes like Call of Duty, the latest Call of Duty Warzone and Call of Duty Warzone 2, in 4K video resolution, 8 cores is not enough for the healthier CPU utilization. Sometimes it's reaching like 90%. You can see it, and that means that most likely you're not showing the full potential of your FPS rendered by your video card, because it's limited by the Nvidia driver and by the Intel driver if you're using the Intel CPU, or by the AMD driver and by the DirectX API and by the Windows operating system, in my case Windows 10 professional operating system. So you want to keep your eye at the overall CPU utilization. Never reach 90%. Keep it below 90%. That means that you're going to deliver the healthy FPS. Hopefully, guys, I'm explaining it correctly. Let me drink some little bit of coffee with the Swiss hot chocolate. It's so cold outside, like, oh my god. And as again, don't forget to smash that like button, guys. This is going to be the New Year video, the world's first GTA 5 PC game running in 16K video resolution ever uploaded to YouTube. You want to smash that like button, share it with your friends. This is going to be the best their gift for the new year. Show it. If you have a GTA 5 fans, show it to them, guys. It's just unbelievable. So we can see actually how the GTA 5 game engine is working, how it's baking the textures, how it's making the final shaders out of some maps, out of the textures, out of those bitmaps. And sometimes when you're gonna see those flickerings, that means that it's not fast enough. And I believe the Titan RTX video card is fast enough for 16K video resolution, but it doesn't feature enough of the video RAM. That's why when we are uploading some data from video RAM into the system RAM, and I believe Nvidia is not even loading into the video RAM, it's directly loading into the system RAM immediately. Because what's the point? The driver is already predicting, as I explained to you. As a software developer, this is how I'm gonna do it, and Nvidia engineers are magicians. I'm pretty sure they know exactly how to do it, and this is exactly how they do it. Look at this, 28,000 megabytes, almost 29,000 megabytes of our system RAM utilization. That means that we are at least offloading 15,000 megabytes from video RAM into the system RAM, or 15 gigabytes. That means 24 gigabytes plus 15 gigabytes. We are about 37, 38 gigabytes of the video RAM utilization right now. So if you're using video card with 36 gigabyte of video RAM, most likely you're not going to achieve healthy video RAM utilization if it's going to be Nvidia video card. Please keep in mind that AMD video card is using less video RAM because they're using much better texture compression algorithms and that data compression algorithms, and they're utilizing 30% less, 30% less of the video RAM when it comes to the AMD Radeon video cards versus the Nvidia video cards. Keep that in mind. Guys, Turing GPU architecture featured 48GB of video RAM, but it was the Quadro RTX 8000 video cards. But it was the register video RAM, which is pretty much the same, but it's without NUS, even better than on register, on buffer that I'm using right now on Titan RTX video card. Quadro RTX 6000 video cards was exactly the same video card as Titan RTX video card, but do not flash the BIOS. The difference will be the Quadro RTX 6000 video card is featuring 24GB GDDR6 by Samsung, but it's going to be registered, server registered video RAM, versus the Titan RTX 24GB GDDR6 by Samsung unregistered. So that's why you don't want to flash the BIOS, because you're not going to boot in, okay, because the different hardware components. But RTX 8000 video cards, Quadro RTX 8000 by Nvidia, was featuring the first Turing GPU architecture that was featuring 48GB of video RAM, and too bad it's so expensive. I don't have money to buy it, and right now it's kind of rare to find it because this technology was available back in 2018. But to be able to see the actual video RAM utilization, it's nice to test it with that video card. But in the future video cards, we can test it with any Nvidia video card that's going to be equipped with 48GB of video RAM to find out exact video RAM utilization on the 16K video resolution. This is exactly how we're going to compare over the UHDking.com in the future. But I'm predicting, guys, as you can see, we're almost on the system RAM utilization, 29,000 megabytes of utilization. I'm predicting, so we are floating about 16,000 megabytes right now, or 16 gigabytes from video RAM into the system RAM. So I'm predicting that right now it's going to be 40 gigabytes of the video RAM utilization, 24,000 megabytes plus 16,000 megabytes from the system RAM, because healthy system RAM will be 12,000 megabytes, almost 13,000 megabytes. So I think 40 gigabytes of video RAM utilization at least is used here. So video card with 48 gigabyte of video RAM will be healthy video RAM utilization without offloading any data from a video RAM into the system RAM. But as again, I believe Nvidia driver decides in terms of the load of the percentage of the video RAM, and I think when it's loaded to the 90%, this is what I'm thinking. Because as I told you, when it's reaching above 20,000 megabytes on a Titan RTX video card, load on the video RAM is already starting offloading some data you can see into the system RAM. Okay, so I think it's a percentage, and I think it's like 90%. Okay, so at least when it's reaching like 22,000, it's going to be exactly 90%, and I think before it's reaching 24,000, it's heavily offloading some data into the system RAM. And I think when Nvidia video RAM capacity based on Nvidia driver, when it's reaching 90% capacity, it's already offloading some data. It's predicting, because it cannot tell when it's exactly the game going to crash when you're going to overload your video RAM. So it's predicting at some point. And as a software developer, this is how I would develop. I would start predicting at least at 90%. Before that extra 10% as a safety margin for us, before we're going to see the blue screen, or before the game will crash, before the game engine will crash. And this is what I'm assuming, guys. Let me know in the comments below. But guys, hopefully you love the information that I'm providing to you. As again, I'm very experienced 3D artist, graphics designer, system engineer, software developer, kind of rookie game developer. Didn't develop any commercial games yet, but in the future we are going to develop games together over the UHDking.com. So over the UHDking.com, it's not going to be only about the benchmarks, gameplays, some games. We're going to do, guys, video tutorials on graphics designs such as Photoshop video tutorials. I'm going to share a lot of tips. 3D tutorials such as 3ds Max, a Blender 3D application, Cinema 4D application. I'm going to share a lot of tips and tutorials with you. And of course, software development or game development tutorials will be available over the UHDking.com. So we are together going to develop the game. So make sure to smash that like button, share it with your friends. This is one of the best YouTube channels, guys. As you can see, this is not the copycats. This is the unique videos over here. And pretty much I'm breaking the barriers of the computer science in 2022 but I could do that in 2018. I was breaking with all kind of different games. Just because I'm on my own pocket, I gotta work, I gotta do something else to make money, so to demonstrate the technology for you, because guys, look like I do not receive a lot of support, and somehow YouTube algorithm is hating me. I think it's hating me based on those Democrats, because they can see those companies, they can see like Xbox, Microsoft, PlayStation, and some other companies. They can see that I'm showing you the future, and it's already possible today. They don't want you to see that. They still want you to play 4K video resolution. That's why Linus is saying that, because he getting paid to say that. That's why Nexus Gamers is still testing the games in 1080p and 2K, and finally it switched to 4K, but it's still not testing in 8K resolution, because when Nexus Gamers and Linus will show you 8K video resolution and compare the Nvidia and Radeon video cards by AMD, you're gonna see that Nvidia is dominating, beating up the AMD Radeon video cards like, oh my god. They showed you 4K resolution, and you can see the Nvidia is already taking a solid advantage over the AMD Radeon video card. But when you're going to see 8K video resolution benchmarks, when you're going to compare AMD Radeon and Nvidia video cards and above 8K video resolution, you're gonna see that Nvidia will almost take like 50% solid lead today. That means that AMD Radeon is at least 2 years behind the Nvidia, and Nvidia is pushing. Nvidia, I think, is kind of put it on pause. They decided they're developing the new video cards, but they're not going to release it till the 2024, the RTX 5000 series video card. The reason why they decided to utilize those engineers, because they're already dominating, they know, by 50%. When it comes to 8K video resolution, and especially above 8K video resolution gaming, and they putting their engineers, I think, towards the developing new features such as AI texture super resolution, which will be a great combination with the DSR and dynamic super resolution, and that type of technology, guys, that you just find out, most likely this is the first source that you find out. As again, don't forget to smash that like button. This is still in beta, but it will be available, I believe, as an application. It's not going to be available throughout the runtime. So Nvidia will give you an application such as like RTX voice for the microphone voice removal. By the way, I'm not using the RTX voice today, but I'm using some different technology that's removing some noise, because I'm sitting by the open case, and those 100% fan rotation, those dual fans on the air cooler by Nvidia, stock air cooler, is kind of noisy, guys. So I'm using that technology, but Nvidia has the best technology, RTX voice, which is removing the noise from a microphone sounds. You can remove even the fan. You can remove the car noise, everything. You can remove the airplane noise. But I'm not using it today, but I'm using some other technology that's utilizing the CPU, so my FPS is not dropped. It's utilizing like 2% of the CPU on the 6 core. So it's removing some noise from my voice. Hopefully it doesn't disturb my voice pretty badly. There is nothing wrong with my voice, but just because it's removing that noise through the artificial intelligence, it's kind of disturbing my voice. But anyways, those artificial intelligence that Nvidia are going to introduce while utilizing the tensor cores, which is the artificial intelligence cores, neural cores available, but on the Nvidia technology, is going to be, guys, amazing. And as you can see, they're pushing the technology forward while AMD doesn't do that, and they're introducing a useful, great features for the gamers and for all kind of different community. And I believe that artificial intelligence texture super resolution will be a great technology, and it's not going to be released in runtime, because I don't think that Nvidia, even in 2025, will have enough tensor core power to precompile the whole textures in the 3D scene in the camera view in real time without you to seeing it. So I think they're going to release an application that's going to bake those textures. So you're going to select the game, and it's going to be like 5 minutes or 3 minutes. You're going to pre-bake all those textures. Maybe it's going to be limited to some games. That's what I'm predicting as software developer. Or in the future, maybe to all games will be available. But it's going to be a license problem for the Nvidia. So I believe it's going to be for a limited amount of games. But what it's going to do, it's going to redraw the texture by the artificial intelligence in the 4 times over the native resolution of those textures. And it's not going to be upscale, it's going to be redrawing the textures, just as again as I'm doing in Quake 3 cinematic mode. I'm doing like 70% of the texture will be by my hands, and 30% will be redrawn by the AI, artificial intelligence. Go ahead and check out my ModDB cinematic modes for Quake 3. I'm going to use it a lot. I'm going to also use in Stalker Call of Pripyat cinematic mode. I'm going to use the artificial intelligence also to improve the textures, so I'm going to redraw. And I believe the Nvidia saw that because they're watching my YouTube channel. I can see it, and they decided to integrate that type of application, because I was saying in 2020 that it's going to be a great application when you're going to utilize the tensor cores by Nvidia and do the application. They're going to increase the quality of the textures. So you're going to increase the quality of the textures. On top of that, you're going to run 16K video resolution through the DSR, as again Nvidia doesn't unlock the 16K video resolution through the DSR. To achieve the 16K video resolution through the DSR by Nvidia, you got to modify the drivers, and this is exactly how I'm doing it. I believe that Nvidia will unlock 16K video resolution through the DSR, maybe with the RTX 5000 series, just like they unlocked the 8K video encoding capabilities through the Nvidia Shadowplay with RTX 4000 series video cards. I think they just holding it just to unlock and just to put that 16K video resolution support, because the 8 GPU architecture RTX 4090 video card is also not capable to output single cable 16K video resolution signal, even at 30 Hertz, I believe. Okay. Maybe 30 Hertz capable, at 25 Hertz probably capable, but not 30 Hertz through the HDMI 2.1, but not, it's still using the old school display port, so it doesn't have the ports. The GPU is capable, as you can see. Turing GPU is capable. Even the Maxwell GPU is capable, because on Maxwell GPU architecture by Nvidia, I recorded the world's first 16K video resolution in Half-Life 2, available over the UHDking.com since 2016. Okay, my first 16K video resolution video was back in 2015. In the middle of 2015, I used my Radeon R9 290s, 4 of them, in the Counter-Strike Source game, because the video RAM utilization was low. So I was the first YouTuber, guys, that introduced to you the 16K video resolution on YouTube. And believe me or not, I'm pioneer, and I'm sharing this information with you. So don't forget to smash that like button. It's a facts. I'm showing you the facts. There's no copycats. Very unique YouTube channel. I need your support, guys. Let's break that YouTube algorithm. Let's prove the YouTube algorithm that I'm capable, I am unique, I'm pioneer, I'm computer scientist. We need to have people like me. So you want to subscribe, make sure that your friends subscribe. You want to smash that like button, positive comments, and check out my ads, guys. So I'm going to collect those pennies and I'm investing back into you. Look how beautiful the game look like. And we can see that day and night cycle. And guys, it just, look at this. If I'm gonna use, let me real quick use, before we're gonna finish up over here, let me use real quick the zoom tool. Let me show you something, guys. Where's the mouse cursor? Look how small my mouse cursor right there in the middle. Let me put it right here. Check it out. Let me zoom in over here a little bit. Look at this, guys. We have the details right here. Those details will be blurred out. See those details, the rocks? Those rocks you're not going to see on 4K resolution if you're going to zoom in. Even to 600%, it's going to be blurred out. But if you're going to zoom in, let me zoom in, to 1600%, it's going to be just blurred here, but over here I can see the rocks. So this is the advantage of 16K video resolution. So pretty much you rendering over the distance all the details. Even if the game has the artificial depth of field, you're still going to bring richer details, defined details of those pixels. Okay, even with the artificial depth of field. Okay. Right now we're using the artificial depth of field plus some chronomic effect, which is I don't like, but we cannot turn it down. But look how everything is so beautiful. Look at those details. This is just, look at those rocks. Did you see those rocks? Those rocks will be blurred out, guys. You will think this is the rocks here, but it's going to be blurred out. But over here, I can see the details. I can see the scratches on the rock. Okay, it's just unbelievable, guys. And yeah, so pretty much, let me go ahead and wrap it up. I don't want it to crash on us. Look at this, it's still compiling those textures because it's so slow. It's 0 FPS in real time, as you see. So it didn't do it correctly because it's barely in real time. It just 0.5 FPS, barely in real time 3D rendering, but beautiful. Look at those, oh my goodness, right there, those rocks at the bottom right corner. See those rocks, the little rocks right there? Guys, it's going to be blurred out. You will see like a texture, like some details, but you're not gonna see it's a rocks. I can see there is a rocks right there. The little rocks, just little rocks, every single detail. You're not gonna see it, guys. You're not gonna see those, and I can see not only rocks, maybe you're gonna see the rocks, but I can see on the rocks the defined pixels such as details like cracks and such. See that at the right bottom corner right there? Yeah, this is what's up, guys. We're gonna keep waiting over here just a little bit. I'm going to provide you some more valuable information. I just don't want to close the game because I think that Nvidia Shadowplay can crash. And what I'm trying to do after we're gonna finish up this benchmark, I'm trying to demonstrate for you as a fact that 16K video resolution is the maximum video resolution that is available for the open source or commercial 3D rendering real-time APIs that is available in 2022, such as DirectX 12 API, Vulkan 1.4 API, CUDA API, OpenCL API, OpenGL API, Mantle API, maximum 3D Scene, 3D World, 3D Canvas, 3D, you know, it depends what kind of API you're running at. They all kind of call it in different terms. The 16K video resolution will be the maximum. You can render some textures in 32K resolution on the whole screen, but 16K video resolution is the maximum as a 3D Canvas, 3D World, 3D Scene. Hopefully, guys, this makes sense. Jesus, the level of details is just unbelievable, guys. It's just unbelievable. And look at this, I can render all the way there. Let me show you actually some details because we're gonna go through that anyway, so why not? What is that? Let me zoom out. So right now I can zoom out, guys, but before, remember, throughout the first benchmark we couldn't do that because we were stressing the system so much. Right now, as you can see, I'm zoom out by a little bit. Look at those details. See those stone? This is like 1000% zoom. Let me do 1600%. Look at those details, scratches and such. Guys, it's all going to be blurred out. You're not going to render those pixels, those details, because your resolution is not allowing you to render that in 4K video resolution for sure. 8K resolution will be rendered, but will be kind of blurry, a lot of blurriness. Okay, but 16K video resolution is beautiful. If you want to use 1600% zoom, look at those details on the bridge. And if you want to use 1600% zoom on the Windows magnifier tool and you want to have it crystal clear, just like you're having it on your 4K resolution, if you will be rendered just that portion of the screen on 4K video resolution natively, but without 1600% zoom, you want to have at least 32K video resolution. Guys, I'm going to show you 32K video resolution render versus 4K video resolution render over the UHDking.com through the application that I'm developing right now, CPU Ray Tracing Benchmark. It's going to be a great application when we're going to bench our CPUs, but I'm going to show you the difference on two different screenshots. I'm going to show you 4K resolution native render of the 3D Scene, 3D Canvas versus 32K resolution rendered natively and then downscale to 4K video resolution. Guys, you're gonna see that difference like day and night. Pretty much it's going to look like when you're watching at the 4K video resolution, it's so blurry, like you're watching through the thick glasses, okay? When you're gonna compare to the same 32K video resolution rendered natively, but same downscale 4K resolution as output. So when you downscaling the higher resolution, you improving the quality, you defining those pixels, they becoming much more richer. I don't know how to explain it to you. I learned it as a photographer when I was comparing the Canon quality of the compression versus the Nikon quality of the compression. Much richer on the Nikons. Okay, I'm also a photographer, by the way. But anyways, look at those level of details. Over here it's going to be just solid blank, nothing. But over here I can see the holes in the terrain. And as again, this is 1600%. Let me zoom in. 1600%. Look at this, and it's so sharp. If you're gonna do it 4K resolution, 1600%, it's just going to be plain terrain, blueness, and without all those details. Without, I can see the little rocks right there. You're not gonna see those rocks. This is, guys, just unbelievable. Imagine the RTX 4090 video card, which is not the full TU102 GPU, which is TU102 GPU, featuring 16,364 CUDA cores. Okay, this is Nvidia boss Jensen Huang just give us a clue. This is exactly how much pixels in width, 16K video resolution, 4 divided by 3 aspect ratio, the old school aspect ratio on the old school monitors, CRT monitors. So he gave us a clue. Look, my technology is not even full ADA, is having same amount of the CUDA cores as width in terms of the pixels, 16K video resolution, 4 divided by 3 aspect ratio. That means, guys, that you're going to have 2 pixels per each CUDA core, because you're going to have width pixel and height pixel, and it's going to be 2 pixels per each CUDA core, and Nvidia featuring ability to proceed per each tick, per each pretty much render, per each computing tick, they call it, like, you know, whatever you're going to call it. It depends which level of angle computer science you're going to look at it, but per each tick, Nvidia is capable to proceed on each CUDA core 2 pixels. And just because it's having so much level second cache on GPU and double of level first cache on the GPU versus the Turing, it can proceed those pixels with the post-processing through the shaders and all those complex at the same time, guys. Okay, for those who doesn't know what is the level 1 cache, pretty much level 1 cache on the GPU is responsible for the physical addresses of the virtual addresses. So it's like a directory, it's like a text file that putting all the addresses where those textures are located on the storage device and etc., and then it's sorting them into the virtual addresses, and then it's using those virtual addresses on those CUDA cores for processing some computing. Okay, okay, let's say it's a UHD king address. It's going to be a texture that's going to be the terrain texture. So you're going to send it to specific streaming multiprocessor units for the specific CUDA cores to compute. Then, so it's going to get this address just to load those pixels of the texture from the level first cache on the GPU, and then it's going to store the data into level second cache. Okay, so level second cache pretty much is used to store the data, while level first cache is used to pretty much to directing the CUDA cores with very crucial addresses, okay, which is the physical addresses, and then shorting those physical addresses into the virtual addresses. This is what I learned, guys, when I was playing and was reading some information from the Nvidia manuals on the CUDA and regarding the C language. Okay, while I was developing on Java my CPU ray tracing benchmark. Even if it's not so related to that, but I was reading an extra information. This is how I got this information. This was on the ADA GPU architecture by Nvidia on the CUDA manual. Okay, and then after level second cache on the GPU, which is located both on the GPU, but level second cache shared on all the CUDA cores, while level first cache on the GPU is shared only for the exact per each streaming multiprocessor unit for the exact amount of the CUDA cores. Okay, while the video RAM will be the third kind of pre-caching memory, which is the slowest. First, the fastest will be level 1 cache. The second fastest will be, but slower, a little bit slower, level second cache, and then it's going to be video RAM.
a little bit slower memory to store some data by those CUDA cores, or call some data from those video RAM into the CUDA cores for the processing. And then it's going to be a system RAM, much slower, as we already discussed. And then, as you can see, it's a little bit blurred. It's not blurred because I'm using the blur already in the game. So if I would shut it down, it wouldn't do that. And chronomic effect a little bit, that's creating that extra kind of blurriness. And then it's using the system RAM, and then by the Nvidia driver, what I learned is using the storage the slowest possible. Okay, but it's in very crucial moments. Okay, when you're going to overload your video RAM and system RAM, it's going to use the storage. Okay, look at this, it's just beautiful. Let me zoom out just to show you. As you can see, we're dropping right now the video RAM utilization in terms of the system RAM utilization. So we went from 26,000 megabytes all the way to 18,000 megabytes, and as again 13,000 megabytes of our system RAM utilization is healthy, and everything above 13,000 megabytes is unhealthy. It's pretty much the offload of the data chunk by the CUDA cores instead of video RAM into the system RAM. So around 6,000 megabytes is offloaded, 6 gigabytes is offloaded throughout this particular scene. Everything is looking so sharp. Those amount of details is amazing. You're gonna see, guys, a lot of copycats will be copying me, especially on those RTX 4090 video cards and newer video cards with the ADA, such as Titan ADA or RTX 4090 Ti video card. By the way, I was the first person on YouTube that told you guys that Titan ADA and RTX 4090 Ti is coming, because I studied the okay, it's crashed. Nope, it didn't crash, it just dropped the frame. Something happened there, so it couldn't render the frame in real time. And yeah, so but guys, the full ADA will be featuring over 18,000 CUDA cores. That means that each CUDA core can do pretty much on the whole GPU, you can process per each CUDA core less than 2 pixels will be allocated when you're going to utilize your GPU at 100%. It's going to be, guys, unbelievable. So the full ADA GPU architecture, such as TU102, will be featuring 18,000, I believe, 246 CUDA cores. That means the CUDA cores that GPU will be featuring will be more than 16K video resolution at any kind of aspect ratios that is available for the regular gamer. Maybe some crazy aspect ratio will be featuring like 18,000 in width and maybe like 6,000 in height, like extra wide. But as again, you're gonna have enough CUDA cores to process 16K video resolution on ADA, and nobody is talking. Those copycats, Linus, Nexus Gamers, or Gamers Nexus, not talking about that, because they you know, they want to talk about it. They're getting paid, and they're not investing their time towards the computer science while learning the technology. So they're providing the briefly information. And over UHDking.com, by UHD King, I'm going to provide the detailed information about the technologies, and you better subscribe, guys, so you're going to build a better computers. And my advice to you as UHD King, if you're not a YouTuber, like a popular YouTuber like me, at least with over 1,000 subscribers, if you're just a gamer, if you're just watching YouTube, then you want to build PCs from the used parts, okay? This is where you're going to take that advantage and benefits from the used parts. And as again, guys, let's look at this. Not even 1 FPS in real time on Turing GPU architecture. So I'm assuming that ADA GPU architecture will be at least 3.6 times faster than a single Titan RTX video card, which is the RTX 4090 video card. I'm talking not the full ADA GPU. I'm talking about the Nvidia RTX 4090 video card. So it's going to be, I think, actually under the 100% GPU utilization, because 3.6 times, I believe this is when the GPU is utilized 92-95%. I believe when the RTX 4090 video card will be utilized at 100%, like in case right now, 99-100%, we're going to be 3.94 times faster than single Titan RTX. Imagine 4 video cards, perfectly scaled and SLI without any stuttering. This is what will be the RTX 4090 under 16K video resolution. no matter what kind of games, if the GPU will be utilized 99-100% as the case right now. This is what my prediction, but as again, we're going to find out. So subscribe, stay tuned over the UHD King, hopefully in the middle of 2023, when I'm going to be done with the Titan RTX video card. Then I will try to bench it with 13900K Intel CPU, and then I would like to try to bench it also the RTX 3090 video card, Ampere GPU architecture, which is the next GPU architecture after the Turing GPU architecture that was introduced to us back in 2021. And then I would like to also bench maybe RTX 3090 Ti video card by Nvidia before I'm going to start benching RTX 4090 video card or RTX 4090 Ti or Titan Ada. We're going to find out. But Nvidia should call Titan Ada instead of Titan Ada Beast and equip it with the 18,000 CUDA cores and make sure that it's going to be equipped with 48 GB of video RAM and call it Beast. Okay, some people saying that it's going to create a competition to Quadra Ada GPU architecture that is already equipped with 48 GB of video RAM. Yes, it can, and you also can run the Quadra Ada GPU architecture while delivering the full 102 GPU architecture, Ada GPU architecture by Nvidia, and you can do it. But that type of video card will cost you like double or triple price. It's like at least $5,000, so it's very expensive, guys. I wish I could afford that type of video card. They call it professional video cards, but as you already learned, there's nothing professional in Quadras when it comes to Titans or RTXs. The difference will be the registered memory on the Quadras versus unregistered, and you're gonna take an advantage, let's say when you're doing some science work and you cannot have any mistakes, any errors, any drop frames. As you saw, the drop frame wouldn't happen on the Quadra RTX 6000 video card that is powering by the Turing GPU architecture. Same video card, 24 GB of video RAM, but the difference will be registered memory on the Quadra RTX 6000 memory. So it's not going to do that drop frame. It was just a mistake throughout the rendering when it was storing probably some data into the video RAM, so that data didn't load. Because I'm running right now on Titan RTX GDDR6 by Samsung, but it's going to be unregistered memory, while Quadra RTX 6000 going to have registered memory. That means that it's not going to have any mistakes. It's not, those drop frames not going to happen. Okay, so it's very crucial when you're doing some computer science, like in the lab, something very important, like in the health department, something. That's why those people buying Quadras. This is the only reason. There is no other ways that video card is more professional, the Ada Quadra versus the RTX Quadras. I mean, versus the Ada Quadra versus the RTX Ada. There's no such a difference. Only the difference will be registered. And of course, if Nvidia will release the gaming video card which will be featuring the full 102 GPU. They should, because this is what they did since Maxwell. So yeah. But anyways, I explained a lot of information for you guys. You learned just a lot as a gamer. Hopefully you're a beginner. As you can see, I'm explaining in a great language, so any beginner will understand. I'm not trying to use a lot of terms so to make you confused. I'm trying to explain the terms. That's why I'm talking a lot, not just because I like to talk a lot, but just because a lot of beginners watching the UHDking.com, and I'm trying to provide valuable information no matter what kind of audience is watching UHDking.com. Because you also want to check out 15,060 times 8640.com website that will be dedicated to 16K video resolution by UHD King, or check out iplay16k.com YouTube channel, which will be dedicated to 16K video resolution gaming only. Go ahead and check out that domain name, that website. And I'm looking in 2023, I'm looking to start my own blog, my own website regarding the computer science. So go ahead and check it out. UHD King will probably have its own website, guys, where a lot of additional information as bonuses will be provided to you. So hopefully, so support me, guys, as again I'm investing the money from YouTube towards the hosting, so I'm investing your pennies towards you. So I'm gonna start expanding and providing more information, more value back into my watchers, back into my subscribers. Please make sure that you guys subscribe, and please make sure to smash the like button. Please make sure to visit my sponsor, so I'm gonna collect those pennies. And as again, you're watching the proper YouTube channel, just the proper YouTube channel, as you can see. Beautiful, guys. As you can see, the level of details, that radius of preloading, just because the FPS is not in real time, we can see that it's not preloaded at the distance. It should be preloaded, because right now I'm running the maximum visuals, but it's not do that. I believe that it's the CUDA cores, it's just the process when storing the data into the system RAM instead of video RAM is so slow, and it's creating that additional delay, so we can see how it's preloading the level of details, even if it should see that, but it's just because it's not fast enough. If it would be storing that information into video RAM, probably everything will be preloaded, and we're not going to see those empty, as you can see, landscape right there, without any bushes, without any grass, without any detailed trees. But just because it's, oh, look at this, not even the texture on the terrain is loaded right now. So that means that it's, as again, it's offloading that data, that particular data, into the system RAM, and just because it's at least 12 times slower than a video RAM on our Titan RTX video card today, theoretically, as again, it's probably in real life, it's probably 6 times, 5 times slower, but still at least 3 times slower system RAM than the video RAM in real life. And you can see how that even it didn't load the textures, and right now we can see all the bushes, all the detail, but as again, it's still preloading, and it shouldn't do that at the ultra preset, and it's doing that, as again, do that. Unfortunately, you know, we don't have enough of the video RAM to store the data, and we are floating some data from the video RAM into the system. Hopefully, guys, this makes sense. I just want to complete this whole benchmark. I decided, as again, not to shut it down, because this is the world's first 16K video resolution in GTA 5. I decided to provide all kind of different value from all kind of different angles, no matter who you are: PC gamer, PC overclocker, PC hardware enthusiast, graphics designer, 3D artist, software developer, game developer. You're gonna receive a lot of values, guys, by watching my videos, because, as again, you're watching at least 2025. I believe this technology will be available to the enthusiasts in 2025. But as again, people with the RTX 4090 video cards, guys, are going to start copying me, and let me give them a tip. Right now, you can go to Best Buy, you can invest $9,000 plus taxes. You can buy 4 8K 60Hz Samsung with the 8K Samsung from 2022, okay, before the new year, but I'm advising you in the beginning of 2023, like after New Year, after 1 week after New Year, the prices will go down, so it's even going to be cheaper than $9,000 plus the taxes, probably going to be like $2,000 per screen. Buy 4 of them, 60Hz 8K by Samsung, from that Best Buy, and now you can connect to the RTX 4090 video card. 4 of those screens, and 75-inch of those screens cost $2,000. For those $9,000, you can make an array out of the almost 300 inches of the screen, build up out of 4 screens, and have a native 16K video resolution render in 2022 with the Ada GPU architecture at 60 Hz. Most likely, as again, in the newer games after 2018, you won't be able to play. I'm talking about the games that doesn't support RTX technology. When it supports the RTX technology, you won't be able to play even 60 Hz in above 8K resolution, no matter what kind of game. I'm not even talking 16K video resolution, but games that is not utilizing the RTX, which is real-time ray tracing technology, such as games that was released before 2019, you will be able to play them, guys, on the 4 8K screens at 60 Hz on that array, way above 60 FPS with just RTX 4090. But my advice, if you're looking into something like that, wait up for the full TU102 GPU, such as Titan Ada or RTX 4090 Ti, but make sure it's going to feature 48 gigabytes. This is where you're gonna execute that move. You wanna buy the 4 8K screens at 60 Hz. And those screens will last you guys 10 years, and you're gonna have 2025 and 2022 fully capable, natively runnable at 60 Hz. This is for those freaks if you besides the benchmarking. As you can see, I'm more about the benchmarking because when I'm running Turing GPU architecture, as I already explained to you, Titan RTX video card, I'm unable to output 4K screens at 60 Hz. It's only 30 Hz. But the purpose of my videos over the UHD King to show you the results out of those benchmarks. It doesn't matter what many hertz of my screen, 60, 30, 120. The FPS, the data at the left top corner, the rendering performance on this particular video card and this particular system will be the same no matter if I'm running 30 Hz or 60 Hz. Okay, hopefully guys this makes sense. So I'm explaining a lot of values for you, and as again, just because we still, even with the RTX 4090 video card or even RTX 4090 Ti video card, couldn't be able to run this at above 10 FPS, I'm pretty sure. That means that it's not playable, so it doesn't matter if you have 60 Hz or 30 Hz, but it's still benchable, and throughout our computer science experiments, it's good to go. It's providing us the value, and we can see the first vertex of data, the first coordinate of data towards the 16K video resolution benchmark vector direction. This is the first value of that data, okay? And Titan RTX video card is the first video card that is allowed to us to run a GTA 5 PC game in 16K video resolution. And even if the previous, as again, GPU architecture such as Titan Volta, Pascal, Titan XP, or Titan Maxwell's were be able to render it. They were ready, let's say, right, throughout the computing performance power, but they didn't have enough of the video RAM. So video RAM is the key when we're talking about 8K video resolution. Remember that video RAM is the key, and you need to have at least 48 gigabyte of video RAM if you want to run 99% of the games that doesn't utilize ray tracing technology in 2022 in 60 FPS. You want to have at least 48 gigabyte of the video RAM. But I would say 64 gigabyte of the video RAM is required for the 16K video resolution without the ray tracing. And ray tracing doesn't bring too much. It's almost the same lookish. Yeah, some shadows a little bit at different angles. Yeah, a little bit better reflection. Yeah, but pretty much the same deal. I rather would run 16K video resolution versus the 2K video resolution with ray tracing, because the amount of pixels, the defining of those pixels, the quality of those pixels, not only you can see the difference, but for me as a 3D artist, sometimes it's giving me that psychological effect. There's like tessellation method apply on those 3D meshes, 3D primitives, on those polygons, on those triangles, even when it's not. But just because the level of textures, the level of pixels that render those textures that apply on those primitives, on those 3D meshes, it's amazingly well done and defined, like, oh my god, where every single detail is loaded. It creating for me that psychological value. And I understand through the mathematics that it's not a tessellation, that is not modification to the 3D meshes, 3D primitives. But it is a psychological feeling, like it is, guys, because it's just looking unbelievable. Look at this. We can see the little bricks right there on that brown building. You're not going to see the bricks and that brown building on 4K resolution. See, this is under the, let me zoom in to all the way to 1600%. Under 1600% zoom, guys, right here. We can see the bricks. You're not going to see those bricks on 4K resolution if you're going to zoom in to 1600%. I guarantee you that, guys. Okay? Look at this level of details. And of course the texture is still loading because you already understood the reason why. See, like 32K resolution probably will show right here in the middle that texture, some details, but it's not showing the details because even 16K video resolution is not good enough on the 1600% zoom to bring those level of details. Hopefully, guys, this makes sense. Where is my zoom tool? I'm just trying to allocate. I'm already, guys, losing the voice because, as again, I'm coming in real time non-stop Probably needs to sip some water, but provided so much valuable information for you by just watching this video. Share it with your friends, guys. A lot of information they're gonna learn. Look at this, the bricks on that white building. You're not gonna see those bricks on the white building. Believe me, 4K video resolution. If you're gonna use the 1600% zoom, it's going to be just bluer and nothing there. You're not gonna see that. Okay. Let me see what is the. So I explained to you within the fact the benefits or above 8K video resolution for those naysayers that saying, oh, you gotta sit at the distance. You don't want to sit at the distance. When you're running 16K video resolution, you can sit as close as possible because the amount of pixels is way higher than you can imagine. Right now at 16K video resolution, 132 million pixels. So you don't have to take a step 2 meters away from the screen like you have to do it on 1080p screen, because if you're gonna go like 30 centimeters away from the screen, you're gonna see the pixels. Right now when I'm using the DSR 16K video resolution and rendering it on native 8K video resolution screen, even right now I don't see the pixels, just a little bit, maybe a little bit when I'm sitting like closer than 1 meter away, and it's so sharp and so beautiful. You want to take a distance when you're running the low resolution screens because those pixels will pop up. You will see those ugly edges on those 3D meshes because it's not going to be rendered, because the amount of pixels that your screen supported not going to allow to smooth out. So you're gonna limit those amount of pixels through some anti-aliasing methods. But when you're running 16K video resolution, the anti-aliasing is not required. It's beautiful. I'm using the anti-aliasing so we can compare with the future technologies to limit my FPS to the lower amount of the FPS per second, frames per second. So the future video cards will show higher FPS per second. So we are not going to reach that cap, FPS cap in GTA 5. At least in 2027, the way I structure this benchmark. Hopefully this makes sense. Not like Gamer Nexus structure his benchmark. Oh, I already reached 500 FPS and look like we cannot go above that. So the guy is already didn't use his neural cells in his brain, didn't use the proper neural motions to understand that before using that game as a benchmark throughout his test. So he's already going to cut some benchmark tests because the RTX 4090 limiting the cap. So you gotta structure the benchmark in the proper way. So at least 10 years in advance, you're gonna structure the game engines or games that doesn't have the cap, or you're not gonna reach that cap with the scenarios. And today I'm using the scenarios because the GTA 5 game engine is still going to have some cap. But before we're gonna reach that cap, it's still going to be 2030 under 16K video resolution. So we can bench the video cards. We can find out their abilities with anti-aliasing, without the anti-aliasing, under 8K resolution, 10K resolution, 16K resolution. Hopefully, guys, this makes sense. Beautiful. As you can see, I think that Nvidia driver is offloading that far away that level of details. I think it's recognize where the position of your camera in the game, and then it's see, okay, those textures right there, all the way from that rock right there, from that mountain. It's like, okay, it's far away. Most likely the player is not gonna see that, so I'm gonna go ahead because most likely it's not checking what kind of resolution you're running. Okay, but it's checking, okay, it's far away, most likely player if playing 4K not gonna see that, so I'm gonna offload the data into the system RAM. So even if that data is not going to preload in real time through the system RAM, the player is going to be okay. And that's why we don't see that mountain right there. And I think that data is fully unloaded. This is how I would do it as a software developer. So that data is fully unloaded from this video RAM into the system RAM. See the level of details of those characters right there? Let me zoom in, guys. Let me show you something. The dots right there, you're not gonna see those dots on the bricks right there on the floor. But re-rendering the level of details in the close. You're not gonna see those level of details if you're gonna zoom in on 4K video resolution. Everything will be blurred out on his clothes, those scratches on his clothes and such, the little dots right there and the bricks on the floor. You're not gonna see it, guys. You're gonna see pretty much blurred out, nothing. And over here, check it out. I can see, let me zoom in all the way to 1600%. I can even zoom in and I can still see the level of details, like unbelievable level of, look at this right there in the center. Now I can see more details and I'm zooming to 1600%. But of course you want to have that real estate, like I told you, almost 300 inches screen to be able to see all of this, and to be able to build it in 2023, because you're watching this video in 2023 and copycats will be copying me. They cannot copy my Nvidia driver modification because it requires a lot of software development skills, system engineer, so they don't know how I'm doing that. But they will copy me my tips, and I provided those tips for them. If you have an RTX 4090 video card, you can go to Best Buy, and I advise you, invest $9,000 towards 4 8K 60Hz screens. Those 4 8K 60Hz screens, guys, will last you 10 years. You will be ready in the future. And if you have a big wall, build up this array, 4 screens, 60 Hz, 8K screens, it's going to be 300 inches, and then you will be able to see that you still need to apply a little bit of anti-aliasing under 16K video resolution. But if your screen is way below 100 inches, no anti-aliasing under 16K video resolution is required. Right now, look at this, the level of details is just unbelievable. I can see that 3D mesh right there, the garbage, requires some anti-aliasing. I'm not sure if you're going to see it or not. I can see the edges right there in the middle. See that little can? Requires some anti-aliasing. And this is 2x, most likely 4x will be almost fixed, but 8x, which is the maximum anti-aliasing, will fix that, okay? And you're not going to see those hard edges. It's going to be beautiful. But maybe you're not going to see it because YouTube is going to use additional video encoding while I'm using right now video encoding on top of it. I can see it as raw, but it's going to be a little bit blurred out for you. You're not going to see as clear as I'm seeing right now because I'm compressing this video today. I'm recording it with an Nvidia Shadow Play in 8K video resolution and compressing at 100 megabits per second data bit rate of the video encoder of the video file, video quality. That means most likely to be able to see crystal clear, you want to be like 200, 500 megabit per second. This is what I would say. That's most likely close to the uncompressed quality. But 100 megabit per second still going to compress the video, and it's going to create that extra blurriness. So it's going to create that artificial effect like anti-aliasing, especially when YouTube is going to recompress it. So hopefully you can see that as clear as I can see it. But right now this tree doesn't need any anti-aliasing. It's just beautiful level of details, guys. This 1600% zoom. See like those scratches right there on that in the middle, on that panel? You're not gonna see that level of details. I can see the separation that of the dirt right there. Let me use the old 1600%. This is all 1600%. You're not gonna see those scratches right there in that panel in the middle, and that separation of those dirts. You're not gonna see those details. It's just gonna pretty much blur for you, completely blur those pixels. Maybe some details, maybe something. If you're gonna use 4K resolution, 1600%, maybe something there, maybe. And this is going to be your best bet, okay? Beautiful. It just, guys, it's just unbelievable. Let me zoom out. Look how beautiful the asphalt looks like. Almost like in real life. It's just unbelievable. So this is the last scene. We're almost to be over here. Just an extra information in terms of the video RAM utilization. You want to keep your eye right now at the left top corner. So I would assume that we uploaded about 4 gigabytes right now. 3-4 gigabytes. So pretty much the utilization will be like 27-28 gigabytes right now under this preset. below 30 gigabytes of video RAM utilization. If you're gonna have 30 gigabytes of video RAM utilization, you're gonna be Gucci at this particular CNAS again. But we learned that at least 40 gigabytes is required, and I would say to be healthy, to be for sure, as we learned that around 90% of the load and video drivers start offloading some data. So I would say 48 gigabytes will be pretty healthy video RAM utilization that's not going to be even utilized at 90% of the whole video RAM capacity. And hopefully ADA GPU architecture will introduce you as this card, and hopefully I'm going to test it for you guys, as again needs your support. It's just beautiful, guys. I just enjoy that. It's just unbelievable. And still rendering in real time on Turing GPU architecture on a video card from 2018, and you're watching right now at least 2025. But I would say the people like those watchers of the Nexus gamers, Linus, most likely they're going to have 16K video resolution in 2027, 2028, when the screens will be around $300, $500. Okay, I think $500 in 2028, 16K video resolution screens will be $500, $700, while the 8K video resolution screens will be like $300, $400. But the year will be 2028. Today is December 28, 2022. On the technologies that highly overclocked that was available in December 2018. Beautiful, beautiful visuals. It's almost photorealistic here, and this is, guys, without any modes, but the visuals look like it was under the heavy modes, the level of details, like it was retextured with some heavy modes. It looks like that, but this is the native original GTA 5 PC game. Imagine you can apply some additional modes to it. Imagine how 16K video resolution will look like with additional modes. It's just going to look like mind-blowing completely. And in the future, as I already shared with you, artificial intelligence texture super resolution will be available, so you will be able to create some modes by yourself, even without anybody, by using that application by Nvidia while utilizing your RTX 4000 video cards or newer video cards. And I believe Nvidia will introduce that artificial intelligence texture super resolution application in 2023. It's called AI texture super resolution. Right now it's in beta, and again, the capabilities of that software is to pretty much, right now it's limited to some games. It could be limited to some games due to the licensing of the texture image format, but I think it's going to pretty much will be available in 2023 as final, and you will be able, from the games that will be supported by that application, to create your own modes. It's going to be unbelievable, and this is another technology that Nvidia brings to the gamer for free. It's something that AMD is not capable. AMD is copying, and AMD is 2 years behind, and it's copying. It didn't bring any technologies. It brought the Mantle, but Mantle was ripped off and pretty much didn't do anything great. They were claiming it's like raw, much better than any other API and data, but it's not used. The reason why it's not used, maybe it's not used because it's not that good. And I think that Mantle, that whatever, some of the developers from that technology by AMD is found on Vulkan API, and even Vulkan API, guys, is slower than DirectX 12 API. The fastest 3D rendering in real-time API, commercial or open source, will be DirectX 12 API, and this is throughout my experiments, not through 1080p or 4K. This is under 16K video resolution. Okay, first of all, DirectX 12 API is using less of the video RAM than Vulkan API under those type of resolutions. I'm talking about the games that supporting all kind of different APIs, such as Serious Sam, game, but particular game, and I did those type of tests over the UHDking.com. Go ahead and check it out, UHDking.com. It's going to be under the Serious Sam Fusion, I believe. When I tested 12K video resolution with the DirectX API, OpenGL API, and Vulkan API, and some other games will be available. I'm going to test some other APIs, and not under the condition 1080p, but under the condition, the maximum stressful condition for those type of APIs, which is 16K video resolution, the maximum video resolution supported by those open source or commercial API. And hopefully when this test is about to be over, I'm going to introduce you as a fact that 16K video resolution in all kind of different aspect ratio, but it's reported as 4 divided by 3 aspect ratio. 16K video resolution is the maximum video resolution in 2022 that all of those APIs, commercial or open source 3D rendering real-time APIs, is capable to render. And yes, they're capable to render 32K resolution textures, but not 3D worlds, not 3D scenes, not 3D canvases. And if you're gonna see those copycats, those haters, those hateful high school kids will show the 32K video resolution gameplays, I already saw that. This is all fakes, guys. Even without watching this video, you understand that because you're watching UHDking.com, and you know why. Because those open source and commercial APIs, the maximum 3D canvas, 3D world, 3D rendering capabilities as 3D world, 3D scene is 16K video resolution, guys. Okay? As again, right now we're about to end this benchmark, and hopefully I'm going to introduce it to you as a fact. Hopefully it's still recording. I'm not sure if it's still recording. If it's still recording, I will try to do that. I didn't see the Nvidia Shadowplay recording icon, but what I find out when I'm running 16K video resolution, capturing in real time in 8K video resolution, sometimes it's disappearing because it's under heavy stressful situation. And it's not even rendering that icon as overlay because it's just so stressful for the whole system. And as again, it doesn't matter system from 2018 or a system from 2022, such as 13900K CPU with the same Titan RTX video card. The best FPS that you're going to increase while adding the CPU from 2022 versus the CPU from 2018, as I'm running today, Intel Core i9 9900K overclock at 5.3 GHz, versus the CPU from 2022 such as Intel Core i9 13900K, maximum overclock, maximum gonna bring you maximum 15% performance, 15%, but on average 10% of the performance. So if you're a gamer, if you're not a YouTuber that sharing the computer science experiments with the world, such as UHD King, most likely, guys, you want to be dedicated on building computers from the used parts. This is the best way to save the money and to see the technology, especially if you're on low budget. This is my advice for you if you're a beginner. And try to build the computers from 3-4 years. Okay, this is good, where the prices will be right on. 3-4, and performance will be right on. Okay, so you still can utilize the technology 3-4 years after you're gonna build that system, and you're gonna be Gucci. So as you can see, just like under 12K video resolution, the textures, the whole shader, the final shader, it's still, sometimes you can see how it's compiling through all kind of different maps, aka textures, into the final shader. We just saw it on that vehicle, and I explained to you the reason why as a software developer, and yeah, this is the reason. It could be eliminated, as again with the eDGP architecture, due to 12 times more level second cache on the GPU, which is 72 megabytes. So even if it has 24 gigabyte of video RAM, we can still utilize some level second cache to store some additional data, and it's going to be faster accessed by the CUDA cores, and maybe it's going to eliminate those type of compilation of the shaders, of final shaders in real time. The game is just beautiful, guys. The level of details is just And I know it's slow, I know, but as again, this is the world's first 16K video resolution benchmark in GTA 5. And I better dedicate additional 30 minutes of time and provide you additional value than cut it down as fast as possible. As fast as possible. Do not come and put some crazy music. No, 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 no. Cuckoo. No, no. Go do it over your YouTube channel, such as stuff like that, okay? You do not understand the role of this video, okay? The role of this video to provide as much as possible of data and value to the watcher, no matter what kind of angle or field of view of that watcher, what kind of industry is in profession. I'm trying to provide as much as possible. This actually reminds me of Denver a little bit, this area right here. The Broadway, a little bit. Before the Colfax, just before the intersection Broadway Colfax, without the palms, of course. Like a Buellon on the left top, right? That building a little bit reminds me of Buellon. I don't know. The visual, my brain's kind of registering that. Beautiful, guys. And as again, I rather run above 8K video resolution playable experience versus the 2K or 4K with ray tracing, because pretty much it's going to be the same deal. We still have the ray tracing capabilities, as you can see, refraction, global illumination, all of this deal. Yes, it's fake, it's not detailed calculated data, but guys, sometimes in some games it's even better looking than with ray tracing. The artist, while was mimicking the ray tracing technology, did such a great job. They were such a talented artist that the quality of the render, it's pretty much almost the same to me. And I'm 3D artist, but just to feel, just a psychological feel, I understand. You want to run the ray tracing probably, but just for the psychological feeling that you maxed out in terms of the maximum visual experience. And as again, guys, you want to watch this video in 8K UHD, switch in your YouTube player, because I'm recording it for you in 8K UHD and I'm going to upload it in 8K UHD. Or just switch to 4320p for the best possible visual experience. You want to have at least 100 megabit internet connection, guys. I would say even above 100 meg. I would say at least 200 megabit connection to run if you have 8K screen without any pre-buffering, pre-caching in your YouTube player. Otherwise, it's going to sometimes pre-cache. The best will be 1 gigabit internet connection that will be broadly available to anyone in 2025 in the United States of America. For the average internet user, gigabit connection in 2025 will be an average. And just go ahead and watch it. You're gonna enjoy it. The video, the quality, the pixels, everything is amazing. And as again, you want to watch it on 8K native screen and as big as possible to see all those pixels will be the best. Okay, it's almost over, guys, and I'm gonna reload some more coffee and I'm gonna start encoding it because I gotta upload it, because the processing will take almost 1 day, because it looks like it's going to be 1 hour, a little bit over 1 hour, and the file size will be like almost 100 gigabytes of file size, because as again I'm recording today with the 100 megabit per second video bitrate through my Nvidia Shadowplay encoder. Nvidia Shadowplay technology is the best video screen capture technology in real time. There's OBS, all those nonsense. The AMD screen capture technology is not a match. The reason why, because Nvidia using the CUDA cores to accelerate the encoding. At the same time, they're using some special chip that they don't give us access to. This is what I learned as a software developer when I was pretty much cancel my video screen capture in real time, Morose video capture. I opened this YouTube channel, guys, while I was recording the first gameplay videos with my own game capture that I developed all the way back in 2007. There's only was 2 game capture available, Camtasia and Fraps during that time, and my capture was the 3rd, okay, as a software developer. So I shut it down because I learned that Nvidia not only using the CUDA cores to boost up the performance, but at the same time, since Fermi, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, video cards, they're using, or Kepler, I think, since Kepler video cards, they're using the Nvidia ShadowPlay chip on a video card that nobody is mentioning, so it's accelerating it as well. That's why when you're using OBS and when you're using the CUDA cores and Nvidia codec, you're not capable to record in 4K resolution without any lag, while utilizing 10% below, way below 10% of your PC configuration in real time. And Nvidia does it because they're utilizing also the hardware chip that is besides the CUDA cores, okay? And they're not sharing this information because I believe that Nvidia believes if they're gonna share the access through some APIs to that chip on the Nvidia video cards, then it's going to be over for the Nvidia ShadowPlay as a freeware, as the best freeware that is dominating any commercial video screen captures, as again, including any open source. So they're not giving access to that chip. They're only giving access to the CUDA cores acceleration, and it's not fast enough without that chip. This is what I learned, guys, as again, this is another piece of information shared with you. Hopefully it's still recording. Hopefully I'm not going to waste my time while sharing this, because I want to share to you in the end of this video the last piece of information for those newcomers that watching my YouTube channel for the first time. That 16K video resolution for the 3D World, 3D Canvas, 3D Surface for DirectX APIs. No matter what kind of API you're using, is going to be the maximum 3D accelerated real-time resolution rendered by any of those APIs in 2022. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you the gameplay in 16K video resolution and even on single Titan RTX if I'm going to receive at least 100 likes. Go ahead and smash that 100 likes. So we're done with this benchmark. It's done. We don't need to see the average FPS. You already saw the average FPS without Nvidia ShadowPlay recording, and you saw throughout this fact within the Nvidia ShadowPlay recording, you can tell 2 and 1 and 0. So a little bit above 0, like 0.5. So right now it's going to reboot the game engine. It's going to create the file. Hopefully it's not going to shut down the Nvidia ShadowPlay recording. But you just saw we just lost a frame because we're having the unregistered video RAM, and it's pretty much, it's just something happened there, an error throughout the process. And if it would be as RTX quad video card such as 6000, which is the same video card as Titan RTX, but having the 24 GB GDDR6 by Samsung but register memory, it would never happen. And as again, that's why those computer scientists with a lot of money using the Quadras versus these Titans and RTX's video cards, even though those video cards performing the same computer performance throughout the GPU, but having a little bit better quality in terms of the video RAM, that is checking the errors and make sure if the error happen, it's going to refresh that and reload that and make sure the error will not happen. Okay, but I wish, guys, send the Nvidia boss my videos, ask him to send me a brand new Ada Quadro with 48 gigabytes, because it's still going to be like top of the line RTX video card or Titan Ada, but you know, I'm going to do a lot of things with that, a lot of things, guys, over the UHDking.com. So I need to have your support, guys, and support me even like that. Just send to Nvidia, say, look, the UHDking.com is just unbelievable YouTube channel. It's showing the future at least 5 years in advance. And this is what you learned, because I was showing you guys in 2016 8K video resolution, 16K video resolution in 2016. So if the video resolution, 16K video resolution, will be available at least in 2025, That was almost 10 years ago. So I was showing you 10 years ago the future. This is just unbelievable. So what it's going to do is going to create the file with all this information, and it's going to reboot the game engine. It's going to reboot the game, and then I'm going to close the game, and I'm going to show you some valuable piece of information, and we're gonna wrap it up, guys. Hopefully this video hopefully not 2 hours, because if it's going to be 2 hours, I'm gonna cut it down by around 85 megabits per second bit rate, because YouTube has 120 gigabytes file size limitation. But if it's not going to be 2 hours, most likely I'm going to upload it in 100 megabits per second data bit rate of the video encoder. Okay, so let's close it down. Now it's gonna refresh it. I'm gonna shut down the game after that point. Okay, now gotta pick up the pizza. The pizza place will be closed in 1 hour. I gotta rush there, and it's like driving there like 30 minutes to pick up a beautiful pizza, guys. It's so cold outside, like unbelievable. December 2022 in the United States of America is just unbelievable cold, no matter where you're at. A lot of people died as well. Condolences for those who lost their loved ones and friends throughout these cold times. So as again, for those naysayers, for the last time, this is kind of the presets that, oops. This is kind of the presets that, what's going on here? This is kind of the presets. What's going on here? It's lost the connection to the surface, guys. What? Let me bring back. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, something is going on. Yeah, I better close the game. Hopefully it's still running. Yeah, let me close the game. It's not responding. The touch not responding. But anyways, you saw what kind of settings. Self-explanatory. Let me close this down. It's just stressing too much. I think it just overstressed the video card and system RAM and video RAM and the garbage collector. The reason why it's happening, as a software developer, this is my 2 cents, my 5 cents. The garbage collector is not cleaning that properly, and there is a possibility we overloaded a lot of values, a lot of components of our hardware. Anyways, let me zoom out. That was crazy zoom. So let me open up, guys. Open up the AIDA64 Extreme. I did a couple licenses for you for free. Give them away. Hopefully somebody got it. If you're watching that, let me know if you was the winner. But why? First of all, why 16K video resolution is the maximum? This is the information about the Titan RTX. Go ahead and smash that pause. For those who's curious, smash the pause button. All the information that's necessary. So streaming processor 72, and every single streaming processor has limited amount of CUDA cores in it. Okay. And AIDA has way more streaming processor and way more CUDA cores in it. Level second cache 6 megabytes. Level first cache 96 kilobytes. Everything is included. 64 kilobytes plus additional 32 kilobytes of additional data. Okay. 4608 CUDA cores, version 6.5, which is Turing GPU architecture. Revised revision after the Volta based on Nvidia manual on the CUDAs. OpenGL, check it out. 16K video resolution, max 3D texture size. Cube max texture size could be 32K, but pretty much 3 volt will be 16K. Okay, this is under OpenGL, GPU. This is under the CUDA. Same thing, 16K video resolution, maximum 3D texture size, which is in 3D world, which is 3D surface. But sometimes 3D surface 16K as well, maximum. But sometimes we can do 2D layer texture 32K. So pretty much they're all the same, guys. Vulkan will be the same. This is a demonstration for you as a fact. Maximum 2D 32, 3D 16K with all three coordinates XYZ, which is 3D wall, 3D scene, 3D surface. No matter what kind of API you're using, it's all kind of different terms on those APIs. So this is my desktop. I was running 8K screen native and DSR to 16K, so it was rendering in native 16K and then downscale to 8K native. Okay. Let me show you. Yeah, I believe I showed you everything what you need to know, guys. Everything was explained to you, right? Windows video, I think under Windows video. Yeah, everything was explained to you guys. Everything what you need to know, you already look at. As again, I was running only single Titan RTX video card under DirectX. Here we go. Under DirectX video, we can see that under DirectX API, in this case, it's going to be DirectX 11.1 because I'm running Windows 10 professional operating system. But if I would be running Windows 11 professional operating system, it will be DirectX version 12 API 12.2 that is all the way supported natively by the hardware by the Turing GPU architecture, since Turing GPU architecture. So Windows 11 12.2 API, DirectX API supported by the Turing GPU architecture. 16K video resolution is the maximum. Alright, so yeah, all the goodies, all the information was provided to you, everything what you need to know. On the background, this is exactly the system that I was running today with the AAO Corsair H150i Pro, 360mm radiator and three 120mm Corsair fans. I put the additional 200mm cooler master fan on top. That's why it was extra cool and nice. If you're gonna do it, it's going to be nice and cool. It's great system. And yeah, stick around, guys. Smash that like button. A lot of time, money, energy. Subscribe, share it with your friends. Positive comments. Check it out right now. I'm putting some great videos for you. Most likely I'm going to put two Titan RTXs and SLI in 16K video resolution in GTA 5. It's not going to be the world's first. It's going to be the world's second. But I was the world's first YouTuber that showed you 16K video resolution with a single Titan RTX, exactly as the minimum setup that is capable to do that. Check the video comments for more great video links and such regarding the topic. Have a good morning, good day, good evening. Have a great 2023. UHD King, aka I play 4K, aka I play 8K, aka I play 16K AM. I will see you guys till the next time.